Seems like it.
You're gonna
Good thing
regret
it's not
being here
smell-o-vision.
All right.
Yeah,
We got.
well, we did
Coming
it.
up in a minute.
We were doing it in honor of the Thursday night show guy.
Who's the Thursday night? Oh, the Rough Edge.
Yeah,
Roughage. The Roughage.
Roughage.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes.
a vegetable because he's in a wheelchair.
Well, we weren't going to go that far.
That's so
But,
mean.
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but he's such a great
well,
guy.
we got a
Did you
guy-
see where he was doing the
did.
water therapy? So he was walking in the pool, and we were all going, "You're a faker." This whole time, your wheelchair's a fake. You're a faker.
No, he's like
That is
Jesus. He
wrong.
can walk on water.
Yeah,
we got a guy. We got
That's
a guy at
definitely
work.
not what we were saying.
I'm not.
We got a guy at work that's one leg is 2 inches shorter than the other leg.
I have that problem.
So he has to literally he walks on his toes and he does heel to toe on one foot, but he walks on his toe on his other foot.
Here we
And
go.
when he
Bud. Good
works
luck.
out, he has to put a weight on the floor so that
You
he
have
can
to
be
cut your
straight.
conversation short right now.
You ready?
We're going live.
And 3, 2, 1.
No.
I interrupt this normally timed program. Yeah, screw it. It's a world recording, Mike. And by
we're already
God,
messed up.
it's been one of those nights, and it's just getting started. Hey, this evening, we've got birthday girl, variable speed in the house with me.
I'm still waiting on my stripper, man.
I know.
Where are they
Oh,
at?
wait, here he comes. You come down steps here in a second. It ain't going to be pretty.
You
though.
don't oh God, I've already seen his butt.
Yeah, it's hard to be anything to do with this radio station and not have
and you've
a
seen
good
his
look.
and you've seen his flaccid item too.
Yeah. There's just
as it went
absolutely-
hurling past Mike's head.
I don't feel comfortable with that statement. Damn, we got to get a human resources department. Swear to God. All right, a lot.
Jacob be the president.
No,
of it.
Jacob's handicapped. Oh, that awkward silence. I hope you're listening. Jacob. That was for you. That was for you. Hey, as always, every other week, maybe we have Cat and Pat with us. How are you doing, Cat and Pat?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Good. Hey, you're probably going to recognize this voice. Just here for a few. Just sitting in, just babysitting. Apparently, Scotty thinks I'm still stealing stuff down here. So, Redneck steps in the house.
Hello.
It's been a while since she's done a night show, so she's probably she might be the stripper.
No. No.
Why?
What? I got $1.
Well, let me
I got $1.
Yeah, really. I'd pay $1 for that. And believe it or not, we actually conned somebody into being our guest this evening.
He's still wondering why.
He's and God, we're 2 minutes into it. Let's go to a commercial. No, okay, so we have Thomas Chastain, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, and just to let you know real quick, Thomas is running for the Post 1 for Rockdale County Commissioner's Office, correct?
That's right.
All right. And you're also here this evening because we're going to be talking about what's going on in Rockdale County tomorrow night. So just say hey to the crowd real quick.
How's everybody doing?
And because it's radio, they don't answer us back. I don't know how much radio you've done.
I'm
so-
pretty sure somebody waved.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
did.
And I'm pretty sure that
I'll just
somebody driving
imagine.
down the road in their car said, "Well, hello."
Well, yeah. I doubt it, but yeah, it's that's the thing about radio. People tell me all the time, you got the perfect face for radio. So other than that, it's hotter than hell in Georgia. I thought the Arab summer was in freaking Southwest Asia. Jesus.
You know this new app that I started kind of playing around on.
I have no idea.
It's,
With you, I have no idea.
It's called Kiwi. And
Oh, that one.
Yes, people just ask like the
Stupid questions.
dumbest questions they could
Yes.
possibly come up with. And some guy was like, how hot is it where you were at? It's 109 here. And I'm like, oh, well, I decided to take a left at the nutsack. You just went straight for Satan's butthole because that's way
Wow.
too hot.
What kind of Google are you using? Your Google Maps is fried.
Well,
What'd you say?
that's how hot it is.
I have the no, it's the Atheist 7.0 version.
I got Satan
Oh.
2.0. I got to be honest. When you're doing that, I was kind of thinking you were going to go the whole, take a left at Albuquerque. you
Yeah,
know?
no.
she went
Do I
nuts
look like a rabbit? Jessica, maybe. Everybody stop laughing. It's not funny.
Oh, that kind of rip. Okay. So, what's her birthday? I'm trying to be nice. That didn't sound right either.
There's that variable speed I was looking for.
Hey, it lights up. Does it warm up?
No, but it rotates.
No, but you know what? You can download the app for it and control it from your phone.
And I'm saying, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sex Talk with Kellys.
Hey, wait, where you going? Everybody sit back down.
Yeah, really, because we left something under your chair. So that's disgusting. All right, let's get that part. Go ahead and say it, variable speed. You know you got
Vagina.
And we gotta say boobs at least once. All right, we got.
I'll save that for later.
Save your boobs for later. It's not like Bubblicious or nothing, is it?
Oh yes.
Oh.
Man, it just came right out like I was flirting with your wife. Right? I'm looking at you flirting with your wife. In radio, great.
Yeah,
we're live on
because I thought you were flirting with me.
Here, you don't mind using those chapstick, do you?
No.
Don't touch the chapstick.
Yeah. We found out Scotty does
Step
with the
away from
chapstick.
the chapstick.
Oh, yeah, man. Scotty and the chapstick is. You know what? Yeah. No duh. Yeah. Tomorrow he's going to be using it going, this chapstick tastes like shit. Ding, ding, ding. Wait. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah. Play with your bell, Scotty, bitch.
Oh man,
he'll come downstairs. He'll be yelling at me now. So.
Yeah, that's okay.
He's just going to come down here and take his chapstick.
Yeah. If he makes it past Cat and Pat, as soon as he gets past Cat and Pat, and I start going, what? I've had everything touch the side of my head while I'm talking on these microphones or with the headphones on and my glasses. If DJ Scotty is right here, you can't let him get that close to you. He will touch you inappropriately.
Or he'll zap you with the stun gun.
Yeah, she's got hit with the stun gun.
Yes, multiple times.
I swear to God. It's where we work. This is where we work. Do y'all feel bad?
No.
I don't think you need to worry about having a neighborhood crime watch because it's being filmed right now.
And
Some
now,
of your
Mike,
constituents tune in.
Welcome to the underground.
Yeah,
Mike,
really.
you can't say that we work for him because
We don't get paid. Yeah, this is all like
that's actually a very true statement.
yeah, we're all starving artists,
Yes.
or just
Oh,
starving.
wait, yeah, none of us are starving.
That's yeah,
Except
look at
maybe
me.
that guy.
Look at me. I've missed a couple meals. Not. Hell, I eat 2 meals a day. I generally don't eat. I'm a binge eater. I'm a binge eater. You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
I've ate 2 binges on the way over. No. I get hungry and I eat like one big meal. And of course the doctors are like, oh.
That's bad for you.
That's
You should
bad for
be
you.
eating
Very
like
bad.
12
Yeah.
small meals.
Yeah,
I do, just
when
at
your
one
pee,
time.
it smells like asparagus and yeah, whatever. So I've always been that way. That's why
I'm
I
like a
sleep.
rent-a-center for food. It goes in, it comes right back out. There's like no stopping in between. I don't even know why what stays here, just the calories.
What the hell does that mean? Why had the rent-a-center?
Yeah, it goes in, it just right back out. There is no stopping. It doesn't stick around.
So it's like 99 cents for the second week or what?
I don't know, baby.
Isn't that rent-a-center? Don't look at me like that.
Just think of it like this.
You have to live with it.
She can turn a $20 steak into a turd.
God,
in
dog,
24 hours or less.
Just imagine what she can do for the Dollar Tree steak.
Yeah. Did y'all see that special we did?
No.
We did a special on a Dollar Tree dollar steak. Stephanie did it. It was actually, hey,
It wasn't that bad.
you know,
Wasn't
like-
that good.
perfect.
It made a turd in 5 hours or less.
Yeah, 5 minutes. In fact, you could cook it, eat it, shit it out before the pizza got here.
And the dog wouldn't even
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And here's the best part: if you do that, it's free.
If you do that,
Yeah, do.
yeah, okay.
Doo-doo.
I know what
Okay,
you're
got
thinking.
it.
Poor Thomas.
Yeah, he's
Welcome
like,
to our
what
world.
in
This
the
is world
world?
recording
Trying to
live.
comprehend everything.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Hell, we're doing it, and this is about our first year, and we still don't know what the hell we're doing. No, the first half an hour or so, we're just kind of goofing off and kind of, you get relaxed. And if you're drinking an adult beverage, which is a Blue Monster considered an adult beverage?
No.
Can kids buy it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My grandson, I'm a bitch slap him because he's always like, "Poe, I can't get it for you. They won't let me buy it." He just
Liar.
wants me to get my fat ass out of the car.
Yeah,
Hey,
you know
kids.
what though? He's just looking out for you. It's like you burn 7 calories just to go in there.
Oh, you ever met my grandson? He is not looking out for me. If he is, it's just like my kids.
No, let me. I'll tell you what. I'll give you the thing.
my kids are like.
No, they won't sell it to me. You'll have to go get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
more concerned with playing the game.
No, I don't play video games. But
Not you,
Not
your grandson.
he's stupid. He don't play video games. So being kind of a joker, we were talking about this before, is like if I'm having chest pains or something, I literally have to like preempt telling my kids. So it's the same thing. It's just like my grandson. If I said, B, I'm having chest pains, he'd be like, well, roll over. Let me get your wallet. That's it. I'm like, B, I can't breathe. He'd go, good, it's working. I mean, that's the way my kids will warn me before we go in Walmart. They'll go, Dad, don't be acting up in here. Do not embarrass us in here. And I mean, I do the right thing. I go in there. As soon as I walk through the door, it's on.
No, my kids don't even give me that warning. It's just like we walk to the door and I turn around and I look and I'm like, hey, where the hell did they go? Like they're already like shooting in different directions. If we split up, she can't find us all.
Yeah, see that ain't cool because they'll find you because mine do.
No, they only find me when it's come time to pay for stuff.
Well, that's what I loved about 24-hour stores is I can hide all night from them.
It's your bedtime.
Yeah, I've heard my daughter going, Dad, I swear we're leaving you, and me be in between the clothes going.
I found a kid one time.
Really?
Seriously,
Holy shit,
like,
that's against the law.
He built,
That's
I
why you
didn't-
can't go by schools.
I didn't keep him.
Oh.
But no, he built like this whole big fort out of like the toilet paper rolls in the back. And like,
Yeah. That'd be
it's
awesome.
like, yeah, it was pretty awesome. And I'm looking, and I'm like, why are there some eyeballs looking at me from behind this thing? So I pulled out a little package of toilet paper, and there's a kid back there. He's like, is my mom gone? It's like,
No, your mom's a drunken slut. It's different.
I don't see anybody. And he's like, good. And his hands come out, grabs the package, and pulls it back in. And I'm like, okay, this kid lives in Walmart.
Yeah, see, that's scary because every time I walk by the toilet paper, I look in there and I see eyes looking back at me. You're just obviously not on the same amount of medication as I am. Hallucinating
yet,
is something
but
I
I'm working on
do. It's so funny because I tease with my shrink every month when I go to the VA and talk to my shrink, and she'll say, well, how are things going? And I'll go, hold on a second. And she'll go, and I'll go, I'm just teasing. I'm just joking around.
Sure.
Here you are. That's exactly right.
Well, no,
I
what you
hate
got to
that
do
when
next
you
time when
catch
you walk in
things
the
out
next
of-
time is you sit there and you look at her and you just like keep looking, at her shoulders and stuff. What are you looking at? This would just be a much more comfortable setting if you get those little green men off your shoulders.
Well, look, she's 4'2" and she's from Pakistan. So if I say that, she may be like, I told you guys.
Ding, ding.
That's what she does. She starts the first part of the conversation you can hear, but as the second or third word comes out, it starts to go completely unintelligible. You
Because
just
it
can't.
goes up in
It starts to go
octaves.
durka.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Many conversations have ended up with Durkistan.
Do you ever listen to like the Indian music?
Oh
Did you bring a whole bunch of the CDs home like I did?
Oh no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Indian
Just
music.
me?
We're in Afghanistan.
Well, they sell the Indian music, the Pashtun, the Pakistani,
Hey, it's kind of like a geography lesson.
they sold all the different ones, and
I
I
didn't listen.
I brought them all home because I was like, I want to learn the difference between them, and I learned that there is no difference between them. They all sound like Mickey Mouse on steroids.
Yeah, it's one dude smoking a hookah with a freaking one of those electronic keyboards, man.
But all the women sound the same. Okay, that's the dude part. Now here comes the chick part. Okay, yeah, we just went totally racist.
Was that racist or was that?
No, it was profiling.
Well, it's Ramadan, so we're okay.
Yeah, we're celebrating with them. Here come the fireworks.
Remember years ago, whenever people would say, something about like somebody who's African American or black or whatever we're going with this week.
Where's music playing?
Nope, I hit the button.
Yeah.
There, we're back. Good call, Steph. Whew, that was a close one. No, but
lost
people used to always go, if you said something about somebody who's African American or black, like I said, whichever we're going with this week, and they'd go, well, my best friend is black, or I know this black guy. So now it's like, well, I know this Muslim.
I don't know many Muslims.
My best friend, you do too. You don't know anybody. You don't keep in contact with anybody from over there.
Nope.
You serious?
Yep.
Wow.
Because some of them creeped out on me, and I just let them all go.
Where do you get your weed from?
I have different sources of the Hispanic persuasion, perhaps. No.
The Hispanic? Did you say Hispanic?
No, I didn't say that.
Because I was going to say, send them back. Good Lord, we've offended everybody.
Wait, is there any country
Well, we
have
started
offended?
with that this morning.
Yeah. Kind of what we do around here.
Yeah.
We're an equal
I don't
opportunity.
even remember how we started it this morning, but
Hey, Boggs, are you listening?
Oh, I hope he's not. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay.
let me know when he answers you.
Yeah. Boggs, if you're listening, yeah.
Are you
whatever.
I just want to know what's going on. Tell me. Talk to me.
Is he
I'm
Talk to
ready
me,
go.
kids. Talk to me.
is he texting you?
No.
Is that what it is? Oh. Yeah. I ain't worried about it. All right. So hey, Steph, well, I mean, you and I talked earlier. Thomas, what you
Yes.
got, buddy? What's I imagine you've been busy this week trying to put all this stuff together, huh?
Of course.
Now, do you do something during the day? You have a full-time day job?
Yeah, I work at a chemical plant in South Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
What type of chemicals?
All sorts.
No, Mike.
Well, Noonan just blew up.
asking. Noonan just blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire
Where
station
did it-
was it 7? Station 7 on fire?
Oh no. In the what the hell plant was that?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Bonnell.
Oh, no, that's not the one else.
Yeah, the aluminum plant. They just had an explosion this morning, and let's see, they have 5 people injured, I think.
Yeah.
One by helicopter, 2 by ambulance, and 2 treated on scene.
Wow. Remember when Biolab a couple years back, 9 years, 10 years ago?
I worked there right after that happened.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary
my-
stuff.
My brother owns a water blasting company, and they had contracted us or asked us to come over to give them a bid on a contract. And we were like, well, you know what happens when water hits this stuff, right? And they're like, well, yeah, you'll have to contain all the water. It's like, okay, we're water blasting. Water goes everywhere. We literally saturate the air with water. And so we all kind of came to an agreement that probably wouldn't be a good idea. But you remember the fallout from that? The fallout from
yeah.
that just destroyed cars and
trees.
trees,
Oh,
the
yeah.
pond
Fish.
by the VFW.
Yeah.
Talk about
Was
three-eyed
that
fish. That's a band.
Are you talking about the warehouse with all the pool supplies that caught on fire?
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. Looked like that was
Yeah,
like,
I was actually working at DeKalb County at the time going, yeah, that cloud's coming our way, guys. Let's, let's vacate the station and go someplace else. Well, it didn't take long because I was on the ambulance and, Rescue 20, you have a call. Go. Thank you. Nice.
great. Yeah.
There's a worm in the diaper. You need to respond.
Oh my God. I could have gone without hearing that for an hour or two.
Oh.
Whatchamacallit? All the emergency vehicles were around the plant, after it went up like that. So all the, nuclear fallout, shall we say?
Yeah.
Just speckled all the police cars and speckled all the fire trucks and ambulances and all that other stuff.
Yes,
and just
because
ate
we
the paint off. them.
Don't, plan for hazmat or
Well,
anything.
That's
I
not
don't
cloud.
know. I think we're better than we used to be.
Well, the
Well, yeah, I mean, we used to use canaries to tell when,
Bel-
canary
believe it or-
died, let's move.
believe it or not, in that whole situation, the EPA said it would have been better for them to just let it burn.
Then put
Because-
water on it,
Then
yeah.
putting
They
it
had to
out.
because
Yeah.
now you not only did you have to deal with the mist, the water vapor carrying the chemicals, you had to worry about the runoff,
Runoff,
and that's
yeah.
what did all the damage to the local ponds and stuff.
Oh yeah, we got some three-eyed, right, Steph?
Yeah.
Some
I
three-eyed
got a
fish.
3-eyed bass. There's allegedly Because we got to use
It's-
that word.
No, not on this show. No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Oh no,
So the
everything
rumor-
is for real because it's on the internet.
Yeah. Ask
Well, that's true.
Abraham Lincoln quoted that, by the way.
This is word of mouth in the neighborhood that there's a three-eyed fish in the lake behind me. So
Ah.
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know
But
Yep.
he's
Is this-
seen you.
Yeah.
Get
with
it?
which
Three-eyed.
eye. Is that
Wait,
what's
and
killing?
That was a scary little laugh there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, now I'm scared. Hell, I tell you what, let's go to our first break. And when we come back, we'll start talking about real life topics. I think everybody's warmed up. God knows I'm sweating.
Dude, no, I'm good for another half hour.
Are you? You grabbed your bra to find out. Why do we do that? Hey, that's the world according to
I
Mike.
do too.
I'm military Mike, and you're not. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. See you. Bye.
Because that was my intro to boob sweat.
Boob sweat.
Okay, and just so you know, aiding ISIS and using high explosives may be states. Please check your local laws. Get here, buddy. Have you seen the Ode to Goat's Ass? Ready here.
It'll be.
There's a 600 refugees in DeKalb County.
Yeah, but we've always. I mean, there's always.
No. There's 600 of the Syrian refugees got shipped just to DeKalb County. There's another 1,200 that got shipped out into Paulding County.
Yeah, the feds don't give two shits what he says.
Yeah. Obama administration. Do is you give them a house.
Do you see this video, Mike? Do you see this?
You kind of have to jump in, man.
Oh no, I mean, I was listening, man.
It's pretty. Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty big old snot ball. Yeah.
Ugh.
It's definitely rapid fire time. Now when you start talking about the actual subject, we'll be yeah. When we come back,
I can't even like see that anymore. How do you hide that from your?
How do you hide what? How do you hide what?
Oh, from. Yeah, he's got to be there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hate it for him. Oh.
This.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, you know, I'm. Here's the thing. Tomorrow, let's go have lunch with my kids. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Like after tonight, I'll be tired. You know, get up and do the show tomorrow. Kind of, everything I got, monsters, all that other stuff. Out Thursday afternoon. I stay awake, I'm good to go.
There you go.
If I fall asleep, I that cool? Well, here's the deal. I drove to Marietta every day, back and forth. 6 days. I never went. Yeah, I never went into Atlanta. I mean, I just go 285 around to. I had to go to South Cobb. I either went to South Cobb, so I'd get on 75 and go up to Southern Polytechnic. Yeah, I guess it's all right. She's fighting the brunt of it. Well, down there they're always. Yeah, the roads they're just old.
Yeah, they're small roads.
Yeah,
So
they're
itty bitty. That's what makes it so bad.
Remington, ISIS load, double lot buck, and bacon bits.
Okay. Yeah. Rat chat.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
All right, stay on topic now. We're on target, right?
Huh?
Community Crime Watch. Stay on target. Stay on task. Don't make me give you the
No
knife
ADD
hands.
radio.
ADD radio.
I have no idea what you mean by that.
The rest of us do. It's okay.
What were we talking about? I'll let Thomas talk, and I'll start flirting with that girl again on the text message.
It's
Okay.
gonna be a quiet show.
Come on now, you gotta be talkative.
One of us will
She-
stomp on your feet. Trust me.
She said she was gonna be home at 7:30, so I said I'll do a shout out. She's gonna text me and let me know when she's listening. Y'all don't care.
No.
You don't care, do you? Just nobody cares anymore.
Nope.
Y'all ready to go back live?
Nah.
Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I'm gonna be real close to a beer.
Do you need one?
Yes.
Hey, Steph.
Here, you gotta swallow that.
Oh!
A little bit of backwash.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. All right, let's get this puppy back live. Y'all ready?
Yep. I can't stand this gate thing.
I know. Yeah, it takes a lot to get used to.
Yeah, especially when we're used to those.
Wow.
mics.
Wow. It'll only turn on. All right, y'all. Oh, I thought she was going to come around here. I was going to get her in the camera there and say happy birthday. And
I'm not giving you this beer till I get my stripper.
oh, okay. Stephanie?
Nope.
All right, you guys ready?
Pat.
Let's kick this pig.
Yep.
And we're back from the shack.
Live in your face.
Why are you waving the dollar bill at me?
I thought you were going to be the stripper.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can't
wait.
bring your own money.
Sure.
If you
Wait,
bring
yes.
your own money, it's like
Yes,
cheating.
he can. If I'm going to be paying the stripper, then he needs to just hand me some
Well,
dollars. I'll put them right back in your pants.
The most popular strippers were that way, actually. They just take money out, give it to their boyfriend, they give it back, they take it out. No, I'm joking. So we didn't allow for that. All right. This evening. What was that? It's your birthday. I'll let you slide. How old are you this year?
29 again.
Ask a woman that.
What size shoe do you wear?
I'm 29 and I've been holding on to 29. This is the 15th anniversary of my 29th birthday.
Squeezing the living shit out of it.
Absolutely.
All right. With us this evening. Now we're going to try to be serious now. Thomas Chastain, you're a junior. I apologize. I didn't know that earlier. And we're going to be talking about the Rockdale County Community Crime Watch Forum. Now, from what I understand, it's tomorrow night, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Where's it going to be located? Let's do that first.
It's at the VFW facility right off of West Avenue.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we've done a lot of things there here lately.
Yeah.
So hopefully our listeners know where that's not where it's located. I was going to say where it's not located. Who knows? It's the smell of beer that's confusing me.
That's
Yeah.
not beer.
What? And there we go again.
Stay on task.
Stay on task. Stay on task. All right. Concentrate. Focus.
Focus.
Wow.
Community Crime Watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the
Keep
guy
going.
should just talk about that. Girls never take
Keep
stuff
going.
serious. All right, sir. Why don't you tell us about what y'all are going to be talking about?
It's basically just a forum to let the community know what they can do better to help protect their families, their homes, and the community in general. So we'll have some people out there talking about how to set up neighborhood watches and some talking about security devices you can use on your home.
Cool.
All sorts of helpful little tips
Now,
like that.
you know, one other thing we've been talking about on the morning show. Okay. And, we've been talking about situational awareness. You know, that's a big word. That's a big set of words in the military is, you know, head on a swivel, head on a swivel. You always got to be looking, especially, I mean,
Know
we're
your
the,
surroundings.
yeah, the three of us are combat vets. And so we understand what that's like. And you don't want to make people paranoid. So it's kind of a fine line, huh? You got to,
You don't want to make them feel paranoid, but you do want to make them feel safe.
I mean, but it's
But you
hey,
don't want them to know that they're too safe so they quit being vigilant against their
yeah, they
surroundings
become
around.
complacent.
Right.
Complacency
So,
kills.
Yeah, that's here again. Hopefully not that bad in the county. Just can't get that military crap out of your head, can you?
Nope.
That complacency kills is something we say in the military. What we used to say before we go out, and we go just because we're going out again.
Well,
and we're doing
okay.
the
If
same
you want me
things
to break
again.
it down civilian style, it's kind of like when you watch Finding Nemo, and he's teaching Nemo
Break
that
it down.
you come out of the sea anemone, and then you go back in, and then you go out, and you go back in, and you go out, and you go back in 4 times before you can go to school.
Oh. The whole grandkid thing is really wearing on her, huh, Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. Thomas, you said neighborhood watch. Now, is that, I mean, I've heard of neighborhood watches before. Is that like a program that the county's going to be, do you purchase it? Do you have guidelines that come from neighborhood watch?
No, it's a program that pretty much I'm starting with the sheriff's department, so I'll
Okay.
be running it. But it's not going to be your normal neighborhood watch where you got people walking around or anything. It's
Right.
going to be people observing their surroundings. If they see something suspicious, reporting it to the Rockdale Sheriff's Department, reporting it to our organization.
Okay. Now, so if they're reporting it to your organization, are you guys going to have it manned 24 hours a day? Is that
We'll have an email account that's up where it goes to, so it'll send alerts to the people we do have that man.
Okay,
So
cool.
it'll be pretty quick response. But once they report it to us, we'll put it on our website so everybody can see each
Like
small to big situation that's happened in the county today.
Good. That sounds pretty cool. The other question that I was really thinking about was, you said that nobody's going to be walking around, or so it's not like, you know, citizens on patrol or no vehicles, that kind of stuff. So let's say I see something kind of screwy going on next door, and I call the police. One of the things that I always found that I taught my guys on the team was we all report the same way. And believe it or not, one of the biggest problems is whenever somebody was reporting something outside of our little group and they didn't know our format, they were all like, you know, all nuts. But
Freaking out.
anybody who knew our format seemed like they calmed down. So have you guys considered that, having a specific format?
Well, that's what the Rockdale Sheriff's is coming out for, mainly, is to teach people how to better call the sheriff's department, how to report it better.
Right.
What
how
types
to-
of information they need
what
to
they need to know, descriptions of the people, descriptions of the vehicles
Yeah.
if they're in them, what cross streets they were at, everything.
Well, you know, too, a lot of times, and my family's law enforcement and military, you get about 90% emotional specifics. You know, oh my God, you wouldn't believe the look on the guy's face. Okay, well, that's not going to help me. So yeah, I mean, I think if we can get our citizens there to understand that the important things is, male, female, hair color or hat, how's it cut, long, short,
What they're wearing.
and
Because that was one thing I was asked when because I had to report some suspicious activity. As a matter of fact, they picked up the DVD yesterday, and I had sent an email to the Rockdale County Sheriff, and I told him, we have video cameras up, and we recorded a possible suspicious activity on Sunday morning. Well, after looking at the video, after completely looking at the video, there was more on it than I had any clue. And I made a copy, and he picked it up, and they're looking into it.
is there going to be any type of what did I heard about this one time before, is that if you got stuff from the county, it was discounted. So hold on to say this is going to be a caller. Thank you for calling Just for Fun Radio. This is the world according to Mike. You are live with Military Mike, a whole bunch of other people, and Thomas Chastain Jr.
I'm always live, sir. Always. I know you dread my calls every week.
God. No, I don't. That is just not true, sir.
But you love me so much.
Yeah, now was that a text message that I saw or a Facebook post that you had done?
Messenger, yeah.
I
So
don't
you
know.
were talking about format, so you can go ahead and read it out loud.
Okay, your format when you see Crystal or format when you see Scott?
You were talking about your format with you guys on how everybody phones everything in, so I
And
figured it'd be
That was
completely
like
different.
yesterday, dude. You're going
Oh,
to have
I
to
got
keep
you.
up. You're going to have to keep up. And my format with Crystal is a secret, super secret handshake that nobody knows but Crystal and I. And that awkward, quiet time, you know. Yes, I flirt with the bosses.
Because I was letting you talk before I spoke.
I know.
I let my
You got a
elders
thing
speak.
for...
I let my elders speak first.
you got a thing for variable speed, from what I understand.
Actually, I like her. I like her etiquette on the radio. I like her intelligence. Still haven't figured out why she's still hanging out with the likes of you, but she's
Okay,
still
wait.
pretty cool.
I'm confused. Now you're talking about my co-host.
She's your co-host.
Okay,
right?
I was just making sure. You're saying all these nice things.
Well,
Put the crack pipe
sometimes she's
down.
actually-
I remember screaming at me in the
Sometimes she is actually
defects in
been the
Kabul, Afghanistan one day over they didn't have any more lettuce or something. I forgot what it was.
Oh, it's never
I've
lettuce.
been in Cabo Wabo.
No, this was Cabo El Talibano.
Oh, I thought you said Cabo Wabo.
No, hell no.
Okay, I'm
Ain't
sorry.
over
I'm a
there.
little off here.
Yeah, a little off. Come on now.
I'm a lot off.
Just about
Okay.
12,000
You
miles.
done
That's all.
busted me.
Yeah, about 12,000 miles. Oh, well, actually 12,000
No,
kilometers.
but I agree what you were saying. It's like when you call in, it's like what are they wearing, who's they with, blah blah blah. But I mean, if you call up and say, and I'm not being race specific,
Yes,
saying,
you are.
I
You're a
saw
racist caller.
African American male in a hoodie. I saw a Hispanic male in a hoodie. I'm just saying, if you call up and say, I saw this person in a gray hoodie and Nikes, that could describe half of Norcross.
Well,
You know,
yeah,
so,
and
I mean,
two,
to identify like tattoos or hey, that had a limp to the left or something like that.
geez, are you serious? You're going to get all into that? I mean, most of these
I
folks
mean,
are
now
gonna
you
be
can just say
screaming
whether or
and
not he's
yelling.
wearing Calvin Klein underwear or
Yeah.
Joe
And how do you know if
Boxer
somebody's
Walmart
Hispanic?
versions.
You know, Italian and Hispanic, pretty dang close. We're just
Well,
screwing
that-
you,
that's
Jeff.
true,
Relax.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I really, after listening to Just for Fun for so many years, and Scotty always promoting, pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah.
I like subconsciously realized that I've started doing that.
Yeah.
Everything that goes around me, I pay attention to it. I see a car coming up. I mean, I got a gorgeous wife, and it's like I see someone coming up right behind us. I'm looking, what are they thinking? You know, and that's all it is like pay attention to what's going on around you. Be prepared.
Well, people don't, I mean, let's be realistic. People don't, you know, they don't do that stuff. They really don't. I mean, there's people that run into people
Because they've
in their
been so
cars and
sheltered all their lives because of people like you.
What the hell does that mean?
I hope that's a
It means
compliment.
people. It was a compliment. People like you, people like Philip, anybody in the military or law enforcement, they have always given us that comfort that we're safe,
Yeah.
and that's what people go by now. Oh, someone else will take care of me. I don't have to look out for me anymore. I've got
Come on now.
law enforcement.
I
I
hope
got
that's not-
military.
yeah.
Why should I have to turn? Why should I have to pay attention around me? Because that's what I'm paying these people to do. You still have to pay attention though.
Well, I can honestly say the neighborhood that we moved out of, there was multiple nights that Travis and I went to sleep and the door was unlocked and there was no problems. Now here I've been at this neighborhood. We talked about it this morning, since February 28th, and I've already had interactions with 9 officers, investigators. No, there's females
I
in there
just
too.
realized-
My
I just
Jeff.
realized who I'm talking to. This is
Yeah.
Redneck Steph.
Yeah, it
And you
is.
had interactions, and obviously it's.
And no, they were not called on me. I called
Oh, wait a
them.
minute.
Thank you very much.
Cousins.
Yes,
should
I
just
called
say
them.
cousins. I'm sorry.
Yes, I was behaving. I was being the good neighbor. I was the one that was getting the stuff stolen. Oh, you're not gonna make a comeback on that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so that was kind of weird.
I can't because to imagine that you had something worth stealing. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I had but the dummies, all they did was they stole the faceplate of my Pioneer radio, the remote that went with it, my phone chargers, and my there was
Compressor?
something else. Oh yeah, and the compressor.
Compressor, yeah.
And my video camera. They actually stole one of the video cameras.
No, I remember all that on the show that day when you were talking about all that.
Yeah.
Now,
It's insane.
you know what I think? Is kind of it goes along with what we're talking about with Thomas here tonight. Is that you would have had a lot of trouble catching this going on, but someone in the neighborhood could have saw it, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going for it.
now, here's the thing, though. I don't know about you guys. I used to live right down the road here.
Hey, Mr. Mike.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can you do me a favor?
No, I'm sorry.
I
I
can
don't.
hear your stuff about 3 times louder than I hear you.
Well,
Oh.
it's got a big
Why?
mouth. I mean, let's be honest.
Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, she would have to
No,
go
I'm
around
sorry.
her-
My wife says Stephanie's 3 times louder, but
See, jeez, you can't win for losing, Steph.
no, I Mike,
What?
seriously,
What?
your volume is real low. It's hard hearing you.
Mine's
What
real
you're saying.
low.
Yeah, I mean I hear you, but it's
How about
man,
now?
I got bad hearing, so it's kind of hard.
Can you hear me now?
Huh?
Can you? Stupid.
Huh?
Can you hear me now?
That was not a joke. I mean, I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me. Can you? It sounds louder to me now, doesn't it? You guys hear me
I
louder?
mean, I hear you, but not quite
Wow.
as clear as I hear
Go
Stephanie.
clean the earwax out of your ears.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait.
just playing, Jeff.
Yeah, it's Wednesday night, wasting half of the world, according to Mike, talking to Jeff Matthias about how well he hears.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I seriously, listening
joking,
to
man.
Stephanie, it sounds like she's sitting right next to me. Listening to Mike, it sounds like you're in Conyers.
Well, I am
Without
at
a mic,
Conyers,
without a
and maybe it's
headphone.
just some kind
Without
of.
a mic and without headphones. Well, like Mike's already there. Sorry.
Geez, how many beers you had?
None.
We'll go have a couple.
I swear to God, you asked my wife, I have not had a beer.
Well, maybe you
I've
need a
had
few.
one rum and coke,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
been it.
Boozer. All right.
No, but
okay.
Thank you.
We're I'm gonna go back to the neighborhood watch thing. Is that okay
Yes.
with you? Is that all right?
Yes, it is.
You gonna be okay with that? You know I love
I'm cool with it, and it's like Stephanie talked about is being able to leave the door open and walking out and blah blah blah, and not having to worry about locking and everything. That's the way I feel in this neighborhood I'm in.
you. No, but
I mean,
those
there's a
days are
lot of times
gone.
we just walk
folks.
out the door.
Those days are gone. I
Not-
mean, let's just
Yeah,
be
I mean,
realistic.
Not in my neighborhood.
I still live in the same neighborhood I've lived in for 27 years, and when I was young, I could sleep with the neighborhood with the door unlocked. But nowadays, you don't
Yeah,
even
let's-
really leave it unlocked during the day.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, let's
right.
don't put yourself in a position to even. You should never. I mean, there's locks on doors for reasons. I'm gonna say it sounds stupid. Look, I lived in Germany for 3 years. Okay, I lived off of a little itty bitty road in a little itty bitty town. I can give you the whole thing, where I was the only American there. And let me tell you something. For 3 years, never even knew how to lock my door. Didn't even know where the keys were. Okay, didn't have to do it. That was nice. You see what I'm saying? We don't live in a little itty bitty town called Biberden in freaking Bavaria.
Wait, do I even have a house key?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure
you
you
do.
do. Look,
and
don't
that's
put yourself in that position.
But
Because-
the difference is the lock is not on there to keep people out.
To keep people out. Kind of
It's to
weird
keep
place.
Mike in.
No. The lock is not there for my protection. It's for their protection. Because if you're stupid enough to walk in our house,
Yeah, well,
well,
they are.
We don't have to be home.
Yeah, well, they are. They're-
All we're gonna do is come home and go, oh, smudge stain, wipe it up.
I mean, let's be honest. That if in today's world, and you guys know, it's the world according to Mike. We talk in realism here for the most part. if your house gets burglarized, that's a big ass word for me too.
Yes.
And
Yes,
when
it
you're
is.
talking to the insurance claim or the police officer, and you say, the door wasn't locked. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're going to be SOL. You know what? There was a lot of
Yep.
times that if when I was in the rent-own business, was a joke from earlier. If some of our merchandise was stolen, I'd write it off. I needed a police report, and you know what the police report must have stated? It had to state this:
That the door was
Whether
locked.
the door was locked or
signs of forced entry.
entry.
Yeah, that
If
was
not, they're screwed.
that was the same on mine.
But you know what?
Because
I can tell you right now that forced entry can't be determined.
Well, I know, Pat.
Well-
But I'm just talking about everyday,
But if
police
it's
officer,
noted,
everyday citizen. The insurance company is not going to pay to reimburse you for stuff if there wasn't any
the
signs. of
insurance companies are putting themselves in a position to where they can make money with the smallest payout.
Yes.
So if they can find a
Oh, yeah.
loophole,
Well, it's not even a
oh
loophole.
well, it's not forced entry. Then someone left the door
Look,
open. or
we
they
live
left
in
the key
dangerous
under the mat.
times. Are we all in agreement there?
Yes.
We live in dangerous times. Stephanie,
Mike,
yeah.
As I am right now, completely sober, only one drink under my belt, we have created the dangerous situation.
Yes.
Allowing what has happened.
Absolutely.
We've done it with
I mean,
technology because we don't talk to our neighbors. We don't get to know our neighbors. We don't
No.
get to know
That's why
what's
I think
going on
hate
on
it.
our
I mean,
Thomas's
streets.
program. I like Thomas's
I
program.
like the idea.
Because you know what? Besides seeing if my house is getting broken into, besides seeing this, besides seeing that, you know what you're doing? Tomorrow night, you're calling together the community.
yes,
Okay. I might be sitting next to my neighbor tomorrow night and not know it. I live on a farm, 150 acres. We don't have neighbors.
Well,
My neighbor's the
I
AT&T
live-
guy. I see him at the junction box. I'm like, hey man. He's like, hey, what's up? And I'm talking. And he's like, I got to
I'll
work.
put
And
it
I'm
out
like,
there.
what's
I'll
that?
put it out there. Mike knows it. You know where Snob Hill is, right? Subdivision.
Yeah,
It's
not
actually
there
called
anymore.
Knob Hill, but
Yeah,
everybody
is it
calls
still there?
Knob Hill. It's still here.
Oh,
That's
wow.
where I live.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's right at the corner of 78 and 124.
Yeah. I
And
thought they
it's,
called
I
it
mean,
something
most
else.
of them are older, retired people, or get to that point. I'm lucky to scoot in under that point.
Okay,
But, I
but
mean,
let
it's
me tell you
very-
something. If
they
you
are
and being
extremely-
somebody who teaches firearms to people, and about half of my clientele anymore is older folks that scare me to death because I have to tell some of them, I'm sorry, I just can't teach you. I don't feel comfortable with you feeling comfortable with a weapon when you're just not going to be able to operate the weapon.
And Mike, that is the best way to handle that.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, though.
I mean,
those
I would love
neighborhoods
to
that
have.
you're
I
talking
would
about.
love to own a firearm to protect my wife,
Yeah.
protect my kids. I got 6 of them. They're not here all the time, but I wouldn't mind having one. But I just know sometimes I don't feel comfortable myself owning one because of my anger sometimes.
Well, that's
And I
different.
mean, I
Oh,
have
you-
a
no,
pretty
no,
good
no, no,
control
no,
over it,
I'm-
but it just
Yeah, that's
All it
I'm a
takes is
very,
half of a
very,
second.
very angry little troll most days. Very, very, very angry.
little.
Well, little. Yeah, no. Okay. I'm a short, fat, stout troll.
But you got T-Rex arms. You
Hey,
can't
now.
reach a firearm.
Hey
so.
now. Hey, look, a
Your
Colt
boot-
45 in my hands looks like a freaking rifle, all right?
You two get a room.
No, but, I mean,
seriously.
in
But
my
firearms
neighborhood-
aren't the answer. Firearms are not the solution.
It's,
How do-
it's
neighborhood-
part of the
Thomas,
solution.
how do we incorporate the neighborhood? How do we incorporate our communities? How do we incorporate law enforcement as well as these neighborhood watches that you're talking about? How do we incorporate all of that so that we get back to feeling safe in our neighborhoods? Is that fair question?
You go old school. And I'm sorry, everybody's gotten like on this IT bandwagon and
can't
information
go
highway and all that
backwards.
shit.
No going backwards.
It's just everybody's so into that modern shit, that modern. I apologize, but
No, that's fine. It's a night
that
show.
modern age.
We're adults.
But I mean, go old school.
No, I see what he's saying,
Back
Mike.
to where your kids acted up, you grab a switch, you spank them.
You can't go
You know?
backwards.
You had
I
an
say this
issue
all the
with a
time.
neighbor. You
There-
walk next door and you discuss it.
It's
with
not
your
going
neighbor.
backwards
It
to
was
go
We're
done.
to
not all
back
going
to
to
what
stand up in
works.
school and say the Pledge of Allegiance. We're
No, but-
not all going to stand up and say the Star Spangled Banner. We're not going to start being able to switch paddle our
I know
kids
it.
again.
No, but what we need to do
Yeah, we
is
can.
remember the
Yeah, we
things
can.
that
I
work.
Because
know
you
it's
know
not
what we
gonna
do?
happen, but
We
that's
go
the
back
only
to
way
those
to
people
resolve
who
it,
don't
so.
want it done, and we switch paddle them while they're saying the Pledge of Allegiance and singing the national anthem. And if they don't like it, you revoke their passport and you put them on a plane that's about a half a tank of fuel, and you send it to Africa, or you send it to the Middle East, or wherever it is it wants to go.
No, you can't do that.
Yes,
Let's be realistic. Can't be done.
yes.
Yeah,
I know it's never gonna happen, but old school is the way to go.
I know.
And
And look, I loved it too. Believe me, I
back
grew up in a magnificent time. I really did.
Yeah.
I grew up. I'm
We
the
all
last
did.
year of the baby boomers, 1964.
We're
I-
all
I-
the mid 40s, except for Mike, who's like the mid 80s. So
I got to see a man land on the moon. You know, I got to see space shuttle. I got to see what life was like when.
Mike was a bump on the moon.
Get this. I
You get to
got
see-
the only communication that took place when I was growing up, other than talking to somebody, okay, or talking to them on a landline phone, was a walkie-talkie. And to kids growing up in that time frame, a walkie-talkie was the most amazing thing. That was as close to space travel as you could get
Oh,
at
yeah.
10 years old when I was growing up.
Man,
It-
you could talk to
Sister.
you could talk to your other friends in the neighborhood
How
at 10
many-
o'clock at night,
How many
and you never had
times
to have
did
a
I get in
phone ring
trouble?
or
Mike?
nothing.
Yeah.
And man,
The original name of it, Citizens Man Radio.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
And it meant CB Radio.
Man, I tell you what.
My older brother had one, his old 67 Mustang.
Yep.
And we
Absolutely.
used to
Channel
use it to
14.
talk to everybody.
Now, okay, so let's, and I'm coming full circle so I can get Thomas in on this too, is let's not talk about going back to the old days when we're all walking around with walkie-talkies. Let's use today's technology. Let's use state-of-the-art stuff to still accomplish what you're setting out to do. That's my input here, is let's use, okay, let me tell you something. Years ago, talking about a video camera that if somebody came and went ding dong, and I'm at work and a window opened up on my screen, and I said hello, and they said, yeah, I'm here to exterminate the house. Whatever. Oh, well, you're not supposed to be here till tomorrow. Oh, well, I had the day off. Well, I'm kind of busy. I have to talk to you later. Okay, bye. Come back tomorrow. Okay, bye. But you're at your office. You see what I'm saying? That is
But
that
you're
was
still,
space
that's
talk.
the whole
you know?
thing. You're still going with the modern technology shit.
But you,
I
that's what I'm.
mean-
That's the point
I
I'm trying to
mean,
make, Jeff.
it's
Is that
cool, but-
we have to. We would be
don't
absolutely
have to.
full. Oh,
Yeah, I believe
Dude,
that you do. Because
all right, you
the-
go on a business and you find this machine that can increase your production by 15%, but it's going to release 40 people off your payroll. It's a benefit to you. You don't have that payroll on you now.
But there's a difference in the technology that you're
But-
talking about and the technology that we're talking about. I mean, because we're
I'm talking
actually,
about technology in general.
but the
Criminals are
technology,
getting smarter.
yeah, and the technology, like the cameras that we just put up around our house to protect my family when there's no one else that
It's
can be
replacing
there.
police enforcement.
No, it is helping police.
replacing
No,
police
it's helping
officers, right?
police officers.
Police can't be everywhere all the time.
You
Yeah,
don't
it's
need as many
helping
police
them.
officers, but you don't need as many police officers because you have the camera, right?
No,
The same amount of
You
police
have a
officers
camera.
are
But
going to be patrolling
You have,
the streets.
you have a camera, so that will aid them after the fact.
yes,
Oh, let me
it
go
will
back to the
aid.
camera and see what happened.
It
If
will
wasn't
it will
for the
aid
camera,
them,
the
Jeff.
cop
What
couldn't have done anything.
you have to take some of the old and put it with some of the new. That's the only way that this is going to work. You still have to have your neighbors looking out the window going, oh, some shit's going down across the street, better call. And then to have the backup of the camera
Because
that
not,
shows what
Yeah.
is actually happening. So
Not-
you
And,
have
and
to
that's
have
my
that
thing. It will be
technology.
a backup.
because not all eyewitnesses can say 100%, because we did a experiment with this on the morning show. Not all eyewitnesses can say exactly what the person looked like.
No, I got you. That I understand. I mean, the camera is good because you can't
It's
I
not
mean, it's definitive.
replacing.
You can
No, it's
replay it
not.
100 times and they're still going to look the
It's
same.
optimizing.
Well, what I'm saying though,
That's
Ooh,
the
there
word.
you go.
That's all-
Thomas threw in there.
Woo,
Optimize.
big words, big words.
All right. Hey, Jeff, look, man, I'm going to have to go to a commercial break real quick. And
you're going to go pay bills.
you're going to go pay bills?
No, you're going to go pay bills.
Exactly.
Hey, I got one left if you want to take over.
You want to call me back?
Am I going to call you
want me,
back?
Big Sexy.
Oh, are you talking
If you want to. My wife's mad at me now, but
All right. We'll go play with your wife.
no, she sent me something. She's always mad at me
All right.
when I act like I do. So
All right. Hey, I'm going to go to commercial break. And when we come back, we're actually going to talk about the
Forum.
forum tomorrow.
Forum,
night.
yes.
Yes.
There you
Hey,
go.
it's World
That we
Recording
have
Mike.
not
We'll
been
be right
talking about.
back.
talk to y'all later.
All right, Jeff.
Bye, guys. Hey,
Bye.
girl.
And remember, we're still live on YouTube. What's your time situation like? You're good. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I got family at the house, but I'm no rush. Nothing at all in the world.
I hope they're not watching. Yeah, we mean nothing. No,
Jeff,
yeah,
if you're still listening, I'm going to kill you. There's just no way. Look, I mean, let's be honest. You can't go back to being.
No, you're not going back to being Mayberry. But I see
To keep
what
the
he's saying
foundation.
is that, you still have to know your neighbors like we used to. You still have to connect with your neighbors. You still have to look after each other, which is what's. No,
That's-
they don't. But that's what we
that's
need to
part of
get
the
back
problem.
to.
That's when
But-
you tell them, if we know each other, that might not be the best thing, but it's a whole lot better than somebody breaking in your house and stealing all your stuff.
I think that's probably you're probably going to have big time.
It's not so much that I have to know you as in like, hey man, come on over for dinner, but to know who the people are that are coming and going in that house, and who should and shouldn't be there.
Most people nowadays couldn't tell you what
Oh, hell no.
one person in the
Nope.
neighborhood looked like.
Nope.
You
And
We
it-
know all
what
of
if-
our neighbors,
Yeah.
every
I know
single
all
one of
mine
them.
within a mile range.
We haven't met the
So you
new
don't know
neighbors,
nobody.
but we know their
Well,
calls.
no, I know.
I think in a lot of ways. Realistically, wouldn't we?
Inner circle when you're trying to spread out.
I just don't know. This may help you with the technology part of it too. We live in a subdivision, and our subdivision is very rural. There's nothing around us.
One of them
For the most
neighborhoods
part.
where houses are scattered out through it, kind of.
Yeah, everybody has a minimum of 2 acres.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so our subdivision has a Facebook page, and in that Facebook page, we tell each other about things like, oh, we're having yard sales, these things are for sale, and we're not in each other's business except for what gets put on that page. So it gives you an insight to the people, but without. And they'll post, hey, we're going out of town. We're going to be gone for a few days. Can you guys kind of keep an eye on our
Because that's the
place?
way this is kind of going to work. Each crime watch, neighborhood watch will have their own Facebook account, but we'll all link up to the
graphics.
Rockdale Crime Watch Network
See that.
page to post any topics. But it's built where they'll have their own
just gonna-
Facebook
I
page,
gotta
and
talk
then
to
we'll have
Scotty
the
on
major Facebook page they all kind of report back to.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to tax this out. Plug the thumb drive in the.
When we get back, I want to talk about my neighborhood's Facebook page and how it's helped with things like dogs that have gone missing. We've talked about coyotes that have been spotted. Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
that's
So
really
having
the
a
main
neighborhood
purpose
Facebook
is
page is kind of like
let the police
letting the
kinda
neighbors
build
get
a
together
profile
without
of
getting in each other's
numerous
business.
reports. Now, if your neighbors learn to call, they can get their reports with your reports, and they can go through.
Yes,
and narrow down and pinpoint more details.
Find a way of sending me a link to her webpage or her Facebook. What a
Before that, though, I will show you.
honey,
Yeah.
you do realize that all women are bipolar. It comes with a vagina. It's seriously, it's the truth.
You have a vagina, you're bipolar.
We should automatically be given disability as soon as we're born.
The moment they exit the other vagina, they should be given.
No, in utero. As soon as we found out you were a split tail.
It is.
It's like tagging in. Yep, baby.
Yep.
Yep. As soon as you get that little ultrasound that shows it's a split tail, automatic disability.
You don't want them running around in a bad neighborhood.
Are you on the phone?
Yeah.
About the girl?
About the girl?
I was getting dating advice.
Oh.
Probably close to that.
You were getting dating advice from somebody other than me?
Yeah, I was about to say one of the living room that's gonna be at the front.
No, the only time was when you guys called me for happy birthday song.
The girl that wanted me to go on a doggy date. That wasn't you.
They would have decided to come in. Yep. If they wouldn't have been looking for cars, they would have been looking for just dark houses or something. Or he did.
I can't lie. You know, my nose doesn't grow, but yeah, no,
That wasn't you.
No.
That instinct kicks in. Yeah. Really, you
Was it
want
on
to
the
kill
radio?
somebody else who got my truck.
I'll go back and
I
listen.
got him right now.
Got him muted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Windows can be and everything else, but the lights inside can't.
Fortunately, I'll be there. What should I do on a dog?
I don't blame you.
Should I just
I don't blame you. If you're gonna take me out, you're gonna work for it.
idle conversation, or should I talk about her and this woman that was giving me? I kept saying, I didn't say your name.
No, let me.
You're waiting.
That's okay. It happens to a lot of people.
That was the only way you went. Yep. There you go.
So, yeah, so that's weird. Remember this morning when I was getting my relationship advice? Yeah. It wasn't her.
No, I think
Oh. Who was? Okay. I thought it was her. Hey, you want to go back live real quick and say goodbye?
Yeah, I'll go back.
All right, let's
I
kick
didn't
this big.
eat.
You didn't eat yet?
No.
And we're back, Wilbur. It's the world according to Mike.
Shut up, Mike. Shut up, Mike.
You know, we don't get a lot of those on the night show. I wish we did.
Shatner.
Yeah. Oh, my
God.
Poor Thomas. He's over there going, man, never will I fall for this again.
I have no clue what I got myself in.
Yeah, it's either this or after the show ends at 9, we're going to have an Amway meeting.
Thanks for the heads up.
And after the Amway meeting, we're gonna do
Sit in a circle and sing Kumbaya.
No, we're
I
going to
don't
do
know the
Magic Chef.
testicular exams for
Yeah.
cancer.
Oh, I'm staying for
Like
that.
a full 360.
yeah. Yeah. No.
Well, I mean, we
Welcome
already
to the world according to Mike.
did the breast exam, so
All right, here we go. Another caller.
it'll be.
Hey, it's Just for Fun Radio. It's the world according to Mike, this military Mike, and you're live on the radio.
Shut up, Mike.
Yeah, well, you know. All right, so we got that out of the way. All right,
Yeah.
here is kind of what I was making reference to is utilizing today's technology. Okay, and still accomplishing, meeting the objectives of your concept.
Yeah.
Then during the break, 3-speed, 4-speed, variable speed brought up an excellent point. And do you want to bring it up?
Yeah. My husband and I live in a suburb, but it's kind of a rural suburb. And what we've done is we have put together a Facebook page that is exclusive. It's closed and it's hidden from anybody outside of our neighborhood. It's for our neighborhood only. And we post information in there about things that are going on in the neighborhood. People who are having yard sales, obviously.
Well, you
people-
said lost dog and
lost
coyote
dogs,
sightings.
coyote sightings,
Those, sound like a
animals
pretty
that
good
have
idea.
been shot.
Yeah, almost like
we've actually had people come on and go, has anybody seen that fire back in the woods?
Yeah.
So we go driving through the neighborhood checking out for the fire.
So,
kind of
yeah.
like what it.
So-
Have you guys thought about that?
Well, the way I had the forum set up was the Crime Watch set up was that each neighborhood watch would have their own Facebook page set up.
Cool.
But I kind of like her idea better. Instead of just being the watch, the whole neighborhood's initiating their own page.
Yeah.
That'd be a bigger thing to promote.
And it's
in my
easy.
opinion.
I mean, it's easy to promote. I build Facebook pages every day, it seems like, for
Mhm.
folks. And once you build it, it's there.
If
you know.
build it, they will come.
If
And
you
well,
build it, they will post.
The best part about it for us is we have gotten to know all of our neighbors without actually having to go and individually meet all of
Yep.
our neighbors. We don't have to
Behind
know
closed
them.
doors,
Yes.
but
yes.
still build the community where you got.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
like
it's-
it's not
it's
like we're having
pictures.
everybody over
Well,
for dinner or
it's-
And you got
anything.
pictures, so you
it's-
can
Yeah, it's better than having to walk the 500 yards to get to the neighbor's house to knock on their door to say, "Hey, we're your neighbors, and we're just over here to meet you." It's much easier.
Can
Yeah.
borrow
I can see
of sugar?
We have a lot of that.
We need a cup
I mean,
of sugar
it's-
over
and
here.
that's the thing is it has brought back for us in our neighborhood. It has brought back that feeling of old, of knowing your neighbors, being able to borrow that cup of sugar, being able to borrow a cup of milk. Hey, look, I've got these clothes that my kids have just outgrown. Anybody interested? That sort of thing. So
Yeah,
you
see,
get
that's-
the neighborhood feel.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And you're using technology. I mean,
Hey, my husband's
Buy
been
me
laid
virtual
up in
was
the
a longer
bed.
reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reaches out to more people that normally wouldn't have been interested in going out and knocking on somebody's door and talking to 'em.
Exactly.
Right.
But we also know that whenever people come knocking door to door,
Yeah, the rest of the neighborhood.
the
find
rest
out
of the
quick.
neighborhood finds out really quick. It's like it spreads like
Oh.
wildfire. Hey, this
Public
guy just came to my
bulletin.
house and he was selling, whatever.
AT&T or-
But it goes
We don't-
around.
I'll tell you what, we don't get AT&T, we don't get
Really?
cable, we don't get any of that stuff sold in the neighborhood. But what we get is allow me to come in and tell you about our encyclopedias for your 3-year-old children.
Hey, do you need a $3,000 freaking vacuum cleaner? That's
Oh,
gonna
yeah, the rainbow vacuum
Yeah.
cleaners.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they're not that good.
that's the thing is that we get these off the wall. Let me tell you about Jesus.
Oh yeah, the
Hey,
witness.
No, wait a minute. I mean, it's not the fact that they want to tell us about Jesus.
It's
It's
just that
just
we're in
the
the middle
fact
of
that they want to do it at 2:00 in the morning.
Those wily Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
but we do
I know.
keep each other informed. Like if somebody's expecting a package and they're not going to be home, they'll say,
Sure, that's
say that to
excellent.
their neighbor and let
I'm
them know,
telling
hey,
you.
look,
That's
look
an
out
excellent
for that.
idea.
It helps out in so many ways. Like I'm
But
gonna
it
replace
takes
my
you-
program with that one now. I'm gonna
You have 24 hours to make that work, Tom.
Here you go. You need a pen to write all this down.
That is, yeah. I'm thinking that could work a lot better.
It does, and it is the old feel. It's taking some of the old, but incorporating the new technology.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what we
Yeah.
need to do is we can still have that Mayberry feel, without having somebody crawling up your butt 24 hours a day either.
Yeah.
You know, wanting to just hang out.
You can
Because that's
bake
why a lot of
pies.
people don't like doing it no more because they're like, oh, the neighbors are always over here in our life, you know. and
Yeah.
all-
Exactly.
Now, how about this? You said it was a closed group, right? Secret
Yes.
group. So nobody's going to know about it other than the people there. Now, get this: other family members, ICE, in case of emergency notifications.
Yeah.
And let's say that, look, hey guys, I'm going to be, you know, I got to work in Atlanta tomorrow, so I'm going to be away. I won't be just here at the studio. I got to go to Atlanta. Okay, you can turn on your Facebook notifications just for that one day. Just you know, next 8 hours.
And the other things, they know that my husband and I are firefighters,
And
they
we're-
know that we are
Oh, yeah.
also well, yes, well, then we'll talk about that later. But
No, we
they
won't.
know that we're medics, so
Oh, yeah.
knowing what your
They're in an
neighbors
emergency.
do, you
Help
know,
out a
we
lot.
know which neighbor owns the plumbing company, which one owns the construction company.
Well, you know, there's
So
a whole
you-
business networking thing too.
It is. And it makes
What
a
if-
lot
what
of
if there's a-
sense to
what
use.
if
And we-
there's an
and
auto
we know-
mechanic in the
It's
neighborhood?
we
like
know-
the solution to all problems.
Well, we also know and learn who has had what services done and what kind of service they had. Like
Yeah, like
got-
a bad roofer or a good roofer.
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
exactly.
Mhm.
So you have that word of mouth
Yeah,
advertising.
somebody
Well,
can go
hey,
on there
we're
and be like,
we
I
got to
just
get in.
used
Yeah, we
so-and-so
got to get a new
company.
roof. You know, anybody
Well,
got anybody to recommend?
here-
And you
The
know,
reason why I brought up, you know why I brought up roof is when I used to teach sales, right? We always used to use the roofers. You know why? Guess what happens in a neighborhood that was all built at the same time?
the
all
roofs
the
all
roofs
go
go
to
at the same
All
time.
the roofs
Same
go at the
time.
same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's why if you're a good roofer, when you get into a neighborhood, you hit everybody.
You make
Right.
sales.
That's it.
Well,
So-
I gotta get out of here,
All right.
guys. I gotta go do mommy duty.
I appreciate you being here this evening and bringing Thomas in. I think he's having fun. He's got a smile on his face, or
yeah.
it could be pain. You know, sometimes
Who knows?
It's an adjustment.
it
Y'all's an adjustment.
definitely is
Well,
a judgment.
it's a gas bubble.
All right. Well, hey, look at it this way. You only
He's
got
trying to-
about 45
he's trying to
more
eke
minutes of
over.
it,
He's
you know?
trying to figure out how he can eke over and let that thing out. And,
Just let it rip, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, the microphones aren't that good. I'm joking. I'm joking.
But Mike, I'll see you in the morning.
I'll
Thomas,
see ya.
I'll see you tomorrow evening.
Thank you for coming.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I'll see y'all sometime.
All right,
I
good
hope
deal.
y'all have
Yep.
a happy
Well,
4th.
We'll be here every Wednesday.
I know.
knows?
I'm
Maybe
not
I'll
here
come-
every third Wednesday.
Oh, well, maybe I'll come crash when you're not here.
That'd be
You're more than
awesome.
welcome. You're more than
Absolutely.
welcome. You're here. You could. There's always a chair for you, Steph. You know that.
Cool.
And I
All right.
appreciate you coming. Hey, folks, that's Redneck Steph. She's with us on the morning show Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 10. She actually got to talk more tonight.
I
Yeah.
did. I did.
Because in the morning she's got to try to squeeze in between well, you remember what I gave him that Greek name, Interruptus Maximus. And then I break in all the time because I'm like holding my breath trying to get a word in. So, all right, Steph, we appreciate you. Have fun, do all the cool things, start a neighborhood watch. Now, are you guys going to name it by the communities that they're in, like the Ivy Bluff Neighborhood Watch, or?
I mean, it'll all be the Rockdale Community
County,
Watch
okay.
Network.
Okay,
That's what they'll
yeah.
all be branching into. So even if it's a neighborhood, it's still a branch of ours. So that's where they report every time.
Right.
So
Now,
they'll-
will it be, you know, how you like with the commissioner's office, got post one, and are you going to do that, or is it going to be any type of?
we're going to do it by north, west, east, and south Rockdale.
Okay, cool. How about that,
With
man?
the city of
That'd be awesome.
Conyers being its own separate.
And it'll be a way of sharing information that normally wouldn't happen, as far as like this little corner is the south corner is experiencing a lot more break-ins, and
Or say a mom tonight can go on and just check before she goes to bed and see that in South Rockdale, if she's living in South Rockdale, there's been a suspicious van riding around.
Yeah,
She can
definitely.
look out and say,
Yeah.
"Hold up, I just saw that van. Hold up a minute." You know,
Well, being that I
I-
live in South Rockdale,
Yeah.
I got
I kind of want to point out something that you're a NASCAR fan, right?
yeah, somewhat.
Okay.
did you
Not a
know?
diehard,
How
but
did I know?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Because he went around the county on a left-hand turn.
when he said the cardinal headings.
Yes.
I mean, I caught that too. As a aviation, we say we do the other way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we go northeast, west, or northeast,
south, and west.
Yeah, and NASCAR folks go northwest.
I can see that. That's an
Circling
interesting
the
observation. I
drain.
got to tell y'all that.
I went around the county on a left-hand turn.
I tell you what, we may goof off a lot, but like I said, you're looking at 50 plus years of
Hey,
And you gotta come in here with a thick hide too, because we'll tear you up. And if not,
yeah.
well,
You're doing great.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
We do smell chum in the water, though. We're out of
I do want to point out that NASCAR stands for non-athletic sports centered around rednecks.
as long as you like another sport, it's justified.
There you
So-
go.
I've heard that before. I've never heard really a comeback. Everybody's like,
and NHRA is not another sport.
Man, I used to love that.
I don't know though. Politics is getting close.
Politics.
Man.
And you know, obviously Thomas is involved in county level politics. Is that fair enough? And just, hey, I'll say it. How's that going for you? Is it
It's going great.
working?
Yep.
Loving it. Now I know the 26th is the runoff, right?
But I'm not in the runoff.
I was about to say I wasn't sure if there was something that combined together.
Yeah.
Now,
So
when
you're-
you're running in the Republican?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm on a Republican ticket.
And when will the Democrat and Republican election be?
July 26th, they'll start
Okay.
with the Democrat, and we'll be running side by side. But then
Right.
November 8th, that's when it comes down
Yeah,
to
November 8th.
yeah, November 8th that's polling day nationwide for
Everything.
pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And most everybody try to align with that because they don't have to pay their poll workers to come in and set up for special events or special days and stuff.
Never thought about that.
Yes.
Never thought about that. That's interesting.
It's interesting that you're talking about the community watch and all that, because this morning I saw on Facebook there was a yard sign that said they were a anti-gun. This is a gun-free house and stuff like that. That's not necessary to me. That's what you want to promote when you want to be robbed.
That's the
Exactly.
same vision
You
I
know.
have on it too. I got in an argument at work one time because I asked one of my coworkers if there was a gas station that said no guns allowed and one that said we're armed, which one would you rob? And he said he'd rob the one that said guns. And I was like, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's
The
why they
guy-
call it dope.
The guy behind the counter has a gun too.
so I don't know why you
Yeah.
want to rob that gas station.
Well, and I always try to point out to people when
Because that's where I'm
when
allowed
they
to take
don't
my guns.
when they don't understand that aspect is okay, go do your research on Kennesaw.
We were
Mhm.
talking about that at work today.
Yeah,
Talking about
The
how
fact
Kennesaw's
that
crime rate
the
was
fact
down.
that overnight their violent crime rate dropped to like 2%.
It was,
It's
Amazing.
phenomenal, and it's stayed that low for so long too.
and they still have very lax gun laws out there. They don't require you to have one anymore, but you get like tax
Well, no,
breaks and stuff. I think.
What it is how their law is written is that if you're broken into and you don't have a gun, well, the cops are like, well, that's your
You're
problem.
SOL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Here again, yeah.
we're not here to support you. You don't. We've empowered you to defend yourself.
Just like he said with locking the door, kind of.
Right.
Thing.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I'm not against the the whole door lock thing. That's fine. Where we're at, we don't always lock our door. But then again, like I said, we have an anti-theft device in the house anyway.
Well, we have 5 of them,
Yes.
and that doesn't even include the attack cat.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
That could be
So-
worse.
Yes.
Right. But
Well, I
you
mean,
know,
I've
it's-
got an 85-pound pit bull. I mean, you can't pull in our property. I
Right.
mean, to enter our properties, I don't know, probably 500-600 feet, I imagine.
Right, well, we got a 70-pound lab, 100-pound Russian black Russian terrier, about 120 about
I'll bring her
100
next week.
about 125-pound Rottweiler who's just a year old,
Yeah.
and then 2 Chihuahuas. Jesus Christ!
Oh,
They're far
they're
worse
the
than
first ones to
anything.
hear stuff.
Yeah, well, they're the first ones to like bite.
Yeah.
Aside from the Rottweiler, I mean, if you try to touch him on the head, he bites.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't
You know
like
what you
hitting
should
me.
do, Thomas, is you should give everybody in the Rockdale County communities Chihuahuas.
That would work.
Because I tell you what, those little anything.
Right.
If a gnat farts out in the woods, they're like,
And it's so high pitched, your neighbors can hear it and everybody else.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we have in the house there, we have 2 pit bulls and a Dachshund. And one pit bull, she's just happy to be here. I mean, she's just the most lovable thing in the world, and she's probably not going to hurt nobody. But mine's a lovable dog. She really is, and you can smack me around, and she'll just start barking. She ain't gonna do nothing. But if she hears something, it's completely different. So let me ask you a question. So now we're talking about devices or hearing or potential stuff. Okay. You had said that there's a possibility that you guys know somebody. Didn't there used to be maybe a Conyers alarm monitoring or Rockdale County? This was years ago.
I want to say I used to see a little sign for something around.
This one is over there by the old Welcome Center by the interstate. Remember that little building?
You're talking about that used to be the Department of DMV too at the same time?
Yep. A long time ago. And there was a sign above it that said like the Conyers monitor.
I'm sure you're
or
right
something.
on that.
Yeah.
And basically what I think everybody should know is that monitoring now is completely different, because back when I was involved in that kind of stuff, you're talking about a telephone line.
Yep.
You could literally go to the side of the house and snip it.
Not anymore.
And basically the dialer might have checked it like 3 o'clock in the morning or something, wherever they set it, not to have it go off during the day or anything. But you could just walk around outside, snip, any house that has garden style windows. And what I mean by garden style windows is the windows along the bottom down there without holly bushes in front of them or rose bushes or something like that. You're just leaving yourself open. I know that the whole point of having garden windows is so that you can see outside and it's beautiful and all that other stuff, but you can do it creatively. Now, where I'm going with all this is there are rocks that are microphones, that are video cameras.
Yeah.
There are lights, motion sensor lights to me are the best deterrent.
Yep. I
And
have one on my front and back.
I tell you what, I used to, when I lived over on Christian Circle, my house was backed up against the woods there, right? But before I moved in, the house was empty. So the kids always walked beside the house, through the backyard, and into the woods to come out over by Honey Creek, okay? So obviously I moved in, it was like, okay, got to put a stop to this. Well, for the first month or two, they tried to squeak by you, and you would see somebody running through the backyard or a motorcycle, some kid on a dirt bike. Now, look, I'm a nice guy, and I used to do it too when I was a kid. So then I said, okay, well, then I put up some kind of the junipers in where they would walk. Okay, so they just kept walking around it. Well, one night I stopped a kid with a red laser. Obviously it was attached to my 9mm. And I said, look, tell all your friends, the next one I catch, you're going to get a free ride to the hospital or to the morgue. I'm a pretty good shot, though. And believe it or not, it like stopped cold, but that wasn't really cool. So what I did then was I put in the most elaborate motion sensor floodlight system you have ever seen in your life. It was awesome. Every outcropping of the house had 2 lights and a sensor. And the way the guy set it up for me is I could flip it up and they'd all come on. Or I could flip it up, flip it off, flip it back up, and it armed them with the motion sensor.
Awesome.
And let me tell you something. If you were outside, let's say, your friends came over and they're leaving after dinner, you just walk outside and they would come on. And if you wanted to show the guy your boat and you walked around the side of the house, they came on. It was sweet. Middle of the night, those things come on. Let me tell you something. You go in the hallway and there were lights shining in the bedroom windows.
Lit the house.
You lit it up and I loved it. And that's basically how we ended up deterring anybody from being in the backyard.
We have that.
Criminals the same way. They don't want to go break in a window where the whole world can see them out in the middle of the ocean.
And you know what? Somebody came through the circle. Obviously, let's think about this, guys. They're looking for a quick getaway. They're looking for an easy way in, easy way out. No obstacles. Okay, so they came in the circle and they broke in every car. Guess who they jumped over? Mine.
Yours.
And I was like, everybody was like, why did your car get broken into? I said, you guys know, you guys complain all the time about my lights.
There was a famous
I
criminal, and I can't even think of which one it is, who was asked how he picked his targets. And he basically told them that he tried the door, and if the door was locked, he wasn't meant to go in. So he would only pick the soft targets, the people who left
Mhm.
their doors open, the people who were,
Right.
in his mind, inviting him
Honestly,
into the house.
smart criminals are going to go after the soft targets because that's how they know
Absolutely.
they're going to get away
Right.
every time.
Now, a lot of the, and I don't know if you already have somebody speaking on the systems tomorrow.
That's Alex.
Alex? Okay,
Yeah.
so we have a mutual friend with KMT Services, which is a security company out of McDonough. The thing that we were telling Stephanie was about was there was ones that I set up that had basically they didn't run all the time, okay? Because, I mean, we were talking about 100, at one time we had 116 cameras on one system, okay? So you can't have them running all the time because they would just be, you wouldn't be able to keep track of them. So we had all these little monitors and we had, 32 of them on some of these big monitors. And they're about the size of the one behind me. And so you could just scroll through the ones you wanted, or you could set it up so that motion, once they broke what was called the plane, and it was a little X'd out thing on the screen. Once they broke that plane, it would start. Now, what I did was, and I'll tell you what I was doing. I was a police officer with West Georgia Health Systems. Okay. And my beat had 14 locations within a 9-mile zone. Right. I couldn't be at the freaking home dialysis building, in the middle of the night, 9 miles away. Gee, you could have uprooted the building by the time I could have gotten from my office at the hospital or from the police station down in LaGrange. That was like 14 miles away, 15 miles away. So obviously, once an alarm went off and it went through the monitoring service, then it went to dispatch, then dispatch contacted me because it was a West Georgia Health building. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I did was I set it up so that if somebody came through those doctors' offices, they had windows about this big along the side. Ain't nobody squeezing through those. But there was a huge, big glass door going back out to the doctor's atrium. Where do you think they're going to come in? So the cameras, I just put on the big doors because I knew that's where they were going to come in. All right. So the hospital, what was the biggest worry about the hospital? First thing was a fire. A fire in a hospital is bad news. Okay. The second thing is you're going to let, I know. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm just going to do it right now. Sherry, if you're listening, when you just put that on the screen there, you threw me off a little bit. So that was your shout out.
And the rest of us.
Is that not a beautiful woman? Jeez. Okay. I'm not going to do that. Now I can't think. So, hey, I'm going to commercial. No, what? I set it up for.
Is the blood leaving your head?
Definitely. The thing that they were so concerned about was babies getting snatched.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
What they call them, Adam alerts and some other alert. But this is a big concern for a hospital. And if you lose a baby that way, that could shut you down. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's such a huge liability that it's if the mother themselves doesn't have their wristband on, they're not getting their baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, so we had proximity doors so that, all of my officers, when we got close to those doors up there in the mom and baby area, they would unlock for us just by being close to it. We had these metallic fobs things, or magnetic little fobs. Keep it in your pocket or on your keys as soon as you walked up to the door. So if you're running, if you run up to the store, you ain't got to fumble with keys. Bam, you're in. Okay. So I set that up. Here was the cool part. How was somebody going to get out of the hospital with a baby? You see what I'm saying? What route were they going to take? So I got all the nurses together. I got freaking other police officers. I got a couple detectives. And I said, please, if you would, for the next hour, try to figure out how the hell you're going to get out of here with a baby. And there was some mumbling and all this other stuff. But then we got about 3 really good paths. That's where I put. So you see what I'm saying? As soon as the alarm went off that a baby was missing, it would automatically bring up on the big screens those 3 paths.
Where you knew them were the
where I knew they had to,
right.
Unless they dove out a window or something.
We're hospital employees who know how to beat the system.
They do because they smoke.
Right. Well,
all those girls smoke.
Normally brings it. Yep. They know how to get around the cameras and all
around
this.
The cameras, they sneak around supervisors, everything. So,
and
so it just takes a little. What I'm getting at is just got to have 1 or 2 guys that are really like into it.
And working with common sense.
And going to get a little creative and all that other stuff. And when you're talking about military folks, we had to be creative. because
we did so much with so little for so long.
Yeah.
You can do anything with nothing.
Exactly.
Good enough said.
There was one time I had me and Sergeant Major Smallwood and Big Mike and the rest of the team. We had all these generals. I can't remember how many. It was like 30 something generals. It was ridiculous. And we had to bring them to all these NATO meetings in Kabul. This is like herding cats. Okay. It was a nightmare. I told McCraney I needed those high-powered lasers. You know which ones I'm talking about? The one that looks like you can hang something on. These bad boys will rip a guy's eyes out. And that's what I was going to use them for. Because, I mean, you don't want to open up in the city. You know, you just start killing everybody. So I figured if we put those bad boy lasers on there, somebody start giving us some flack.
Temporary
blindness. At them, and then if we did have to light them up, then the turret gunners would know where to aim. Simple, right? And so I'm like, McCraney, help me out. McCraney, help me out. Oh, well, we only have 6 of them. We haven't taken them out of the box in 4 years, you know, other than to do the test on limp bar on. Well, no, you have to do a requisite. So we didn't have to. So you know what we did? Remember those stupid little green lasers everybody had in Afghanistan? We bought them from the Hajis.
Yep.
We were shining green lasers that we bought from the freaking Afghanistan folks. You got to make it work.
Well, you remember the first ever, what was it, haunted house in Afghanistan that we built basically out of trash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And the costumes.
Everything. We built everything out of just junk that was laying around, and it was such a big hit. We had people coming from all over Afghanistan just to go through it.
Yeah, and so what I'm trying to say is, we can have the technology, and we used it. Some of it was available, some of it wasn't. But there are so many systems out there. I'm sure you guys are going to have to try to figure out, you know, if you represent or bring in an alarm company or something like that, and they don't live up to standards, it could destroy your whole program, you know? And that's a tough area. Myself and Mike Stabile, we ran a security company in town, but we're doing more executive protection work, and we're doing more bodyguard type services.
And you can be smart about like where placement. You don't have to have the security cameras necessarily at every single home.
No, but
key places.
Wouldn't it be nice? Just about every homeowners association's got a couple bucks. Okay. What if you had a camera at the beginning of the subdivision
or any entrances? And
and it ran 24/7, and it was the internet type monitoring. And that's it. It doesn't beep or blow, but it does keep track of the vehicles.
Yep.
Exactly. You don't need it. All you need is for that, you can do what's called the 24-hour loop hard drive. It doesn't have to roll a tape.
Yeah.
All you have to do is have two cameras, and one will take a picture of the approach.
Right.
And then as the car gets by, the other one takes a picture of the back end, so you get the license plate.
And they have the IR on there, and it really works good now.
Yeah.
10 years ago, it sucked. But now it's got the little IR lights around it, and it comes on at night. It doesn't use a lot of electricity. Almost every subdivision I know anyways has an electrical outlet or lights on the beginning. So you see what I'm saying is you could just go, you could basically, I'm going to say, you can go ape shit with this.
This is basically the foundation of trying to get everybody to go along with these methods. Once they see this works, and they'll want to do farther and farther.
Well, I can tell you from experience that our neighborhood has not had any break-ins. We have notified each other of any strangers in the neighborhood, what they're doing, what they're going door to door for. We have had a run-in with private investigators.
Oh yeah, I did right across the street over here when I lived over there. I did.
We have put them out of our neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
they have no business being in there, and we put them out. So everything in our neighborhood is well known. It goes on the page. People tell everybody else about it. There are no secrets, except what you keep behind your closed door.
Yep.
As long as you keep it behind your closed door, we don't care.
No, some of those cameras. I got a 4K camera on my drone.
Well, I understand that, but there have only been 2 admitted incidents of people being outside in their yards naked. One was chasing down a raccoon in the middle of the night.
Stop it.
And the other one, I'm sorry to say, was
Yeah, those little bastards don't come out during the day much. So man, you got all sorts of things. Let me tell you all about the future of security since we're talking about this on the radio and all. I'm and I've dragged him into it now, is I love drones. In fact, I'm working on my master's degree in professional aeronautics. I was a helicopter pilot for a while in the military. And so now, because of the amount of medication I take, getting in the cockpit and the post 9/11 GI Bill sucks for trade schools like that, believe me. So I'm getting into UAVs. And so it'll be professional aeronautics with a emphasis on UAVs for first responders. I really want to get into the use of thermals for tracking. And I got to tell you, there's a big market in agricultural as well. But I'm into this really big, and I've got 5 drones right now, and I've got 2 that are this big. I just recently saw some that are, the size of a fly.
Yeah, micro.
Yeah. Now the size of this fly, he can follow you in, and he can sit up there on the top of that door stoop, and he can shut down and use solar energy just to transmit video and audio, but be completely stagnant, not move. Then receive the command to start back up, to fly over here and land on my neck in a predetermined place that we know that little shape charge that he has, when it goes off, will drop me like a rock. Sweet, huh? Now, the little drones that I have, the most they've ever put is called swarm technology. And basically, they'll be like a doghouse on the side of your building. And if somebody breaks the plane out there, okay, and sets it off, these things are going to come out. They had 100 of them in the air at the same time. Swarming, okay, and this thing could do circles, it could do squares. The lighting on them could be thoroughly controlled. It just, when you start seeing stuff like that, you start going, oh boy.
You ran into a beehive at night.
Yeah, absolutely. It could do facial recognition software. It could send up
Snapchat
4.
You know what? The survivalist and the
prepper dudes.
are going to start building EMP machines.
Yeah.
So
but we can protect our drones from that too.
Micro technology that small would require. I mean, you might, but you probably couldn't, because it's at a power output that you could produce. You couldn't
like
shield against.
My drone, I've done some upgrades on the antenna, basically array, and it's a flat plate like we in the military for the counter battery stuff. So I can get about 4.5 miles with mine. Now that's a no-no. The FAA says I need to maintain visual line of sight with it at all times. But I have a 4K camera, which is like a 1080p HD on steroids times 1,000. It's the most incredible camera system I've ever seen. Alex, he had his drone, which is identical to mine, just a different camera. From right here, he flew that drone so far away that we could not see it. I'm serious. And it was at altitude. It was like 400 or 500 feet. And it was a speck. And it was that far away. And he was steadily just moving his camera around, looking around out there. So the technology that's coming, and you see what I'm saying, is if our communities, you could be spearheading something that's so big you just don't know. You could be spearheading a concept that is going to be the foundation for security and safety in Rockdale County.
That's what the goal is.
Yeah.
Turn us into the next Kennesaw.
You are freaking laying the groundwork right here for something that is massively huge. I could definitely, and of course, when you do a foundation, you have the responsibility to make sure you're not building a house on sand.
That's right.
So yeah, do your research. Anything I can help with. I am busy all the time, but I'm a relatively smart guy. I try not to, portray it all the time, because then people want you to do stuff for them all the time. And plus chicks, I don't know, are chicks digging the smart guys now or the dumb guys?
Are you kidding me?
Good guys, bad guys. What is it this week?
Oh, well, that depends on which brain's working.
You have more than one brain? Oh
yes.
My God, women have got it all.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We're bipolar by nature. It's okay.
Yeah,
I tell you what.
They have more than one brain. We have more than one head.
Yeah, I guess that's
So.
No, that's not fair.
they got the brain for the head that we were supposed to.
Said that all women were. He said all women were bipolar during one of the breaks. I started laughing. I said, "How do they accomplish that?" And he goes, "Well, one's coming out of the womb. They just high five each other. You're it, you know." Oh man, what
Pretty much. We should get disability just for being born.
Sherry, I don't know if you're listening. I see you're typing, but her and I were talking earlier, and that's what the conversation was. She said there's two sides to every story. I said, oh no, there's three sides.
Yeah, both of mine and
yours.
I
went. Most women say mine, mine, and mine. So, you know, what would we do without women? Okay, don't answer that question.
I was gonna say it was gonna involve a lot of
Planet of the Apes. Thomas, we got a little bit longer to go here. I'm going to take my last break before we shut it down. Is there anything you want to get out there on a serious note, other than I sent a tremendous amount of invites out to everybody in the Conyers and Covington area, because I think if there's somebody smart out there outside of Rockdale County and they see this going on, they might want to come get a heads up.
And I invite them to come all day.
Yeah, Porterdale. This would be perfect for Porterdale.
Yeah.
This would be so perfect for Porterdale.
Yeah,
that's tough nut to crack. Tough nut to crack out there too. You know, Porterdale's always been tough. The working class guys out there, you know. So that's going to be a tough one. But man, if you could land this into DeKalb County,
oh yeah,
yeah, man,
it would do wonders out there. I mean,
it really would.
Neighborhoods where people observe more, so it actually would work on a bigger scope out there.
Yeah, I mean, I dated this girl up in Alpharetta. Okay. And these were huge. These are multi-million-dollar houses. And the thing that was really weird is all these big, expensive houses always had somebody home during the day.
Yeah.
That was always.
There's always like a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. It always befuddled me.
We have the stay-at-home
dogs.
No.
That's what my dogs do.
Well, no, I mean,
we have the stay-at-home daughter.
We have the stay-at-home daughter, and then the neighbor across the street is the stay-at-home Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, yeah. See, that wasn't very nice. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is there's probably more in DeKalb County as far as communities that really, really, really need this. Mm-hmm. But can they afford any type of upgrades to their neighborhoods or their HOAs, or are you going to get them? Is there a lot of transient, a lot of people moving in and out of neighborhoods, that kind of stuff? You're going to find that inner city. Mm-hmm. But you go to something like Alpharetta, now you got a bunch of, and I'm going to say, you got a bunch of snobby people that think their system is fine and they don't want to, encroach on the neighbors or anything else like that. The young lady that I knew, she lived in a cul-de-sac, and believe it or not, they were all Republicans. There was one Democrat that lived over there, and the rest of the people in the cul-de-sac shunned them because they had a little sign out there. This was during Obama, the last presidential election. And I was like, really? Y'all don't like them because they're Democrats? And we're all like drinking and having fun. And they're like, yeah, we don't want to hear their political views. I'm like, wow. That's how shallow
politics.
No, that's how shallow rich people are.
Don't talk politics if you don't want to hear about the politics.
I wouldn't say that's how shallow they are, but they're just, there may be, and I'm not going to justify what they did. I'm not going to justify the Democrat in the neighborhood or anything like that, but there may well be something else that's underlying as to why they have the issue with them.
Maybe they know how they react or something else.
Yeah, well,
who knows?
Who knows? Who knows about these things?
Yeah. I do.
You're a woman, of course you do.
Yeah.
Second brain.
Thomas, you got anything else you want to put out, man? This will be time to do it, and we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and say stupid stuff and shut it down.
I mean, pretty much all I want to tell everybody is, if we want crime to go down in the county, cops can't be there for us all the time.
Amen.
In the mornings, that's when more home burglaries happen, because that's when people are at work. At night, that's when more businesses get broken, and the crime doesn't just affect families. It runs businesses out of our community. That's jobs for our families. It makes our lives more crazy and hectic because we have to worry all the time. So if we could just take the steps, even if you don't want to join the watch, just call the police if you see something shady. It's that simple. We just need to start making communications. Go through your neighborhood. Tell your neighbors to start making phone calls to 911 if they see something suspicious.
Do you recommend, real quick, non-emergency calls or just emergency calls?
I'm doing this mainly for emergency calls, but I mean, if you just see something suspicious that's not an emergency, it doesn't hurt to call the police. The police, if they don't know, then they can't do anything.
And know your non-emergency numbers, because unless there's somebody in
You know how many
imminent
people
danger.
don't know that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just about everybody.
Yeah.
Most people think if you got to call the police, it's 911.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? I've told people that forever. I've always said, there's a non-emergency line.
Yep.
And they're like, huh? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, come on. I'm not going to call like the police department. No. There's a
that's what you're
dedicated
supposed to do.
non-emergency line. And so then I used to tell people for DeKalb County, I would tell them if they were going to call 911. Okay. And as soon as the dispatch gets on there, go non-emergency, please. And they'll switch over.
Because you're taking up time
Right.
from a caller that
could be handling
911
some
call.
dangerous.
Yep.
Well, Thomas, man, we really appreciate you being here. You're more than welcome to stay if you want to. Like I said, I'm gonna go to a little commercial break. Come back.
Here.
We talk trash, and then we go home.
Hey man, I feel you.
All right. Well, I hope not. But
I hope not too. You got me wondering now.
Well, from what I'm seeing here, this young lady I've been talking to, she might be at the meeting tomorrow, so I'm thinking I'm gonna make it. So hey, it's World According to My. We're gonna take our last break. Tonight was Thomas Chastain Jr. And once again, he's running for post 1 of the Rockdale County Commissioner's Office. And he's also going to be what would you call it? Point man for the Rockdale community.
I'll call it that. Point man.
Point man. I like that.
I like that. So sounds good.
He will be the point man tomorrow night, and it's going to be at the VFW, correct?
That's correct.
In Conyers.
1432 VFW Drive, Conyers.
There you go. And they'll be drinking afterwards. I don't know.
There is a bar on site.
There's a VFW. If you're in that building, that bar is open, believe me. And this is called the Rockdale County Community Crime Watch Forum. And let's see, you're going to be there. Looks like Commissioner Oz Nesmith will be there. Rockdale County Sheriff. Will the sheriff be there himself? Or
no, they're sending representatives.
Some representatives. All right. Then you got Xander Mack is a co-host, actual host of his own show on Tuesday nights, Tech Talk, and a super smart guy. And probably as much as I've worked in the security field, he probably still knows more about it than I do.
He seems like it.
He's
I
very
watched him last night talk about it, and he seemed very good on it.
Very intelligent, very articulate young man. And boy, I don't want to butcher his name, but Victor
Armendariz.
You got it.
He's running for Senate or House. I can't remember which one, but one here for our district. So
okay, sounds great. And this is organized by your committee, basically, right?
Yep.
The candidate Thomas Chastain for Rockdale Commissioner.
This is just done by me.
Well, this is fantastic. It's going to be from 6 to 8. It's 1432 VFW Drive, Conyers, Georgia, or go to www.rockdalecrimewatch.com. Hey, I'm just going to recommend this too. Get there a little early if you can. Parking is right out front, but it's really tight, and so
they'll actually have another event going on tomorrow as well.
Okay.
So it'll be a little tighter than normal.
Yeah,
we'll
so
actually be in the gold room.
Okay, cool. So yeah, get there a little early. And hey, check out your VFW, man. Check out your VFW.
Why
If you're a
not?
veteran.
Good drinks up there. Like super cheap, cheap prices.
That's because
That's
us veterans don't have any money. So yeah, I'll be there. Looks like Redneck Steph will be there. My co-host, Variable Speed, and Captain Pat, they live on the other side of the planet, so I don't think they'll be there with us.
No, actually, tomorrow I am teaching a class on fireworks safety for the public safety education in Pike County.
Okay, cool. Captain Pat, what are you up to tomorrow?
He's my bitch.
We're going to go to commercial. It's the World According to Mike with Variable Speed and her bitch. I'll be right back. What a out that was.
That was a good one.
Thomas, we appreciate you, man.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate you having me out. There you go. I'm glad she's got to tell her face.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know she lived.
I threw you out like that, but
Yeah, you did.
You know. Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I get tired.
They let me be a Pike County tax assessor on
Is that-
the board of Pike County tax assessors.
Are you the tax assessor?
No.
She's on the board.
I'm on the board. That means
Yeah, you
they
are
do all the
pretty
legwork, and then they come in there and they say, "Can we do this?" And I say, "Yep," or "Nah."
You say yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
We need to give this back to him.
No, no. We're good. All right, after the song, we'll go back. I go either way. Type of program.
The thing of it is you really have to be cautious how much. And saying that, you know, but I see the flip side to it too, that you know, help you not necessarily. They were just talking about we're looking at ordering a new ambulance. It's not a transport ambulance. Their aspect. They can literally go within a mile of a Walmart, click, and they walk. They can see everything. They exactly. We won't start allowing. That's just one of those things. If you're gonna hey, there's the pros to it are is but like I said, the flip side of that too is
Yeah, anybody who's cheating in that neighborhood's not going to want you taking pictures of everybody's car coming and going.
right. Do I think somebody at home
Did we really?
YouTube
Yep.
But it's gonna happen.
It's going to click. Oh, that's what the other thing I want to talk to you about real quick before the song ends. Fuck that shit.
No matter who you are, you're not Military Mike because I am, and there's only one of me.
Thank God.
The world according to Mike. 8 more minutes of nothing but silliness. Oh, Thomas Chastain, he wasn't it's kind of weird. You know how when you hear about somebody or you read about what they're up to or something like that, you kind of immediately put a picture in your head, you know, of what somebody looks like, sounds like. Completely the opposite. I figured a Thomas Chastain was going to be some guy that looked like Newt Gingrich.
Kind of.
So-
Yeah, I expected suit and tie, that sort of stuff.
Well, obviously, it looks like he just came from work. So
Yeah.
Oh, this young lady just sent me the cutest. Look at that. How do I not respond to that?
Oh,
Look at that little bitty puppy. I miss my baby when she was freaking. I miss my baby right now, tell you the truth. So, how is your new? Is it a PTS dog? PTSD.
PTSD.
It is she's rated or gonna be or
She's going to be. We're still working on some minor behavioral issues. Like she loves to pee in my kitchen.
really. All right, here, let's try this real quick. Thank you for calling Just for Fun Radio. It's the world according to Mike, and we're almost out of here. And they hung up. Oh, that's cool.
Bye,
Works for me.
Felicia. No, yeah, she's doing pretty good. She's picking up things pretty fast. She does really great in public. She stays right next to me. So she's going to be trained to be a really good dog. She's got a great disposition. And this person just doesn't like me.
No, they really don't.
Or you.
Well, no, they keep hanging up. What are we going to do? All right.
All right, caller, you
I'm
have
ready.
approximately 4 more minutes
I'm
to
ready.
annoy us.
Well, it could be. Let's see.
Operator error.
No, easy. Just easy. It's just us now. It's just hold on. Incoming call 706 number.
Uh-oh.
Thank you for calling Just for Fun Radio. It's the world according to Mike. This is Military Mike. You're live on the air.
Well, hello. I was just calling to wish my daughter a happy birthday.
Oh, it's his mom.
This is my mom.
This is Mom.
Oh man, how cool is that? Whoa.
It's awesome.
Well, I hope you're having a good one.
I am. My mom's the best. She really is. You can't even complain. You can't say nothing. Nobody else's mom's got a mom as good as I do.
Well,
It's her birthday. There's nothing I can say. I agree with her.
well, I love you, and I just want you to have a good time.
Oh, stop. I love you.
My mom is where I got my good looks from.
That must be a beautiful
Nah.
woman on the other end of this phone. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
So celebrate. Have a drink for me.
Oh, I'm allowed. We're drinking. Way home.
We're drinking on the way home.
Yeah. She's
Well, I am.
drinking on
Well,
the way home.
I am. I love you, Mom.
I'm going to go put the little one to bed now, so
All right. Love
I
you.
will.
Love you, Mom.
I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Hey, it's Just for Fun Radio. It's the world according to Mike. You're live on the air.
I'm always laughing. I just had to say, shut up, Mike, from a different number.
Okay, good. You're coming in broken
Love
and
you,
stupid.
big sexy. Have a great night. I had 8 minutes to get it in, and it took me that long.
You had 8
Number.
minutes to get it in. Well, throw some flour on, find a wet spot, brother.
I'm telling you, some
Hey,
lubrication helps every
You're
time.
lucky you're on the night show.
All
Love
right,
you
man.
guys. Talk to you.
Have a good one. Thanks for calling, bud. Phew, what a interesting night. It's fun. It's over. God, it's
Yeah.
9 o'clock, man. and-
No, we
It
still got
is.
4 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's so crazy how fast it
Well,
goes.
I actually have 8:56.
I heard you had herpes, but that's just me. Hey, you know what? I want to do a shout out to everybody. I don't know if anybody's listening anymore. It looks like, yeah, actually, there's some people listening, not too many on YouTube this late. But Scott Kennedy,
Yeah.
wow, man, that was kind of collective effort. He
National.
posted some scary stuff there, whenever a veteran is talking, start saying goodbye to folks, it's a general concern for all of us. And man, a lot of people banded together. I know the Foxhole Sport Network was right
We
there.
jumped in there. The Founding Patriots jumped in
Founding
there.
Patriots.
Missing Veterans was in there.
Yep.
Dysfunctional Veterans. There were
And
so
those
many
guys,
groups.
that's a tough nut to crack with those guys because
Yeah.
they're a wild group over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know the whole story. You probably know a lot more than I did. But from what I understand, though, he is safe.
Yes.
And he looks like he had a decent smile on his face in this picture. So,
Yep.
sometimes, and I've been there, sometimes it truthfully 100% is you just got to get away because you can't take all the noise, even though you're in a quiet room.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sometimes you can't stand the crowd and you're sitting in a room by yourself. And sometimes the noise and I'll be honest, what gets me sometimes and almost just about pushes me over the edge is the tendonitis. Am I saying that right? Tinnitus.
Yes.
The ringing in my ears
Tinnitus.
That's tinnitus. Tendinitis
is what's going on
inflammation.
here. So
Right. Inflammation
RA,
of tendons.
So, but I'm just going to say it this way. Sometimes the ringing in my ear, and it sounds funny, doesn't it? The ringing in my ear is so bad that it makes me a freaking basket case.
You almost have to listen to like some heavy metal music to drown it out.
It puts me in a bad mood.
Yep.
It hurts. My head hurts. It starts to bother me down my back. You lay down, you just get mad. You sit up, you get pissed off. You stand up, you become enraged. You go for a walk, and it ain't no better.
Nope.
And it's kind of funny because there's apparently there's no cure for this.
No.
So
Tinnitus,
yeah,
the ringing in the ears.
Yeah,
There's actually some medications that have been that are on the market.
I did not know that, sir.
Yes, there is medications on the market which basically just sort of dull the bones in the ears to keep
Makes
them from
sense.
moving.
Yeah.
There's been a little bit of success from what I understand with it. A lot of it, drummers have tinnitus bad because of the cymbals.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Sharp noise. Like that.
Yeah, the high pitched squeal.
I know,
So
and-
you would have it from the Hueys and the Cobras.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
high pitched.
Yeah,
They're high pitched.
absolutely.
So
Now here's something else too. Is this really sounds weird, but only a veteran who's been deployed will understand this. Is the pressure that is created by an explosion, by either rockets detonating, EOD blowing stuff up, or an IED.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is so you can't get it from a movie.
right.
You can't get how loud it is. You can't get how it feels, and you dang sure don't get that pressure.
Yeah, you don't get the pressure wave.
Because that
You can.
pressure wave
I mean,
just
when-
floors you sometimes.
We were down in Fort Stewart when Saving Private Ryan came out, and me and a couple of friends, we were on AT.
I
and
got
we went-
PTSD from that movie.
We went to the theater, and this is in a time when there was still World War II. There were a lot more World War II vets around,
Yeah.
and they were in the theater with us. And the first 10 minutes of that movie is Normandy, and they had the Dolby surround sound system installed in the theater.
A bit much.
And it was like, oh my Jesus! The gunfire came from one side and the other side. You couldn't tell. It was like being in the middle of Normandy. And the only thing you did not get was the pressure wave from the explosions.
The concussives.
I tell you what, there's been more than once where it may sound funny, but an accident. You've heard car accidents. That really loud bass
Screeching
noise, and that'll shake me up a little bit. I unfortunately was at Ramstein Air Base when those planes all crashed into each other too, and that was like the biggest IED in the world. It was crazy.
Wow.
I'll show you some pictures one day. That was just amazing. But so I just say that because look, there's a lot of stuff that veterans are suffering from. And sometimes people are like, hey, you need to quit acting like an idiot, or you need to quit acting this way. Or I'll be honest with you, somebody said that I need to be more reliable. And I kind of said, hey, I am who I am. And I tried that and it doesn't work. I just want people to understand that sometimes a veteran, what, their mind or their body, one or the other, is going to be like, yeah, I'll be there. Or yeah, let's go bungee jumping. Let's go zip lining. That's a good one. Let's go zip lining. And it sounds like a great idea. And 20 years ago, I would have been a zip lining maniac.
Heck yeah.
I weighed, 195. I was ripped. And I was gung ho, Mach 2, hair on fire. But now it sounds like a great idea. So my brain is with it, man.
Oh yeah.
And my brain is saying, yeah, I want to do this. But then it comes time to do it. My body says, that's just not going to happen today, man.
Yeah, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's the other way around. My body's into it, but my brain ain't happening. So I just want to put that out there that if you are doing anything, family member, friend, veteran, and these issues are coming up, man, you're not alone. Okay.
No. No,
It's
it's for me. I try not to make plans at all because I don't know
yeah.
how I'm going to feel when I wake up.
And I know that I get this a lot. Oh, you just got to push through it, dude. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I try to push through it, it kind of has. It's just like if I'm lagging behind and you start trying to push me to do something. Exact opposite response than you want, probably.
That's when I'm like that horse on a lead and I set my fat ass on the ground and you can go
Yeah.
ahead and try to drag all you want. I'm going nowhere.
Yeah, and usually, and see, you're a sweetheart. I'm generally kind of a strange guy when it comes to people pushing.
You think so? Sweetheart.
Yeah,
That's
like I
cute.
tell people all the time, I am the nicest freaking guy in the world until you push me a little bit too far, and that button's not too far away. I'm not trying to threaten anybody, but I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, Kim, she had posted something about people. She's a nurse,
Mhm.
and she was like, there's some just mean people out there. They pick on people that are autistic and this and that and all that other stuff. And they really should knock it off. If anybody wanted to treat me like that, and all that other stuff. And I basically put right below that. I said, here, let me make everybody a deal. For the record here, if you don't treat Kim like a perfect lady, like the saint she is, I'll find you. You see what I'm saying? I said, I may not hurt your feelings, but I'll hurt your inner feelings. I assure you.
Yep.
And
there's about to be something on you that
yeah, and I don't care. 3 hots and a cot.
Are you kidding
I'm really
me?
not doing much different than that now. So I just wanted to know that, look, veterans, guys, we do have some issues and all that other stuff. But you know what? I really honestly believe that the majority of male veterans have those ethos, have those honor codes built into our DNA. That's what drove us into the military.
Yep.
And even though I may not know you, there's a real good chance I'm going to defend you.
Absolutely.
I am the worst gambler in the world. So
That comes with the uniform.
that comes with the uniform. I am the worst gambler in the world. I am, I always go for the underdog. I'm an idiot. I always lose. So you see what I'm saying is I'm a nice guy. You see,
you don't ever go to Vegas.
I've never been to Vegas.
I don't think I'm allowed to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I've never been to Vegas. If I did, I would be an absolute contributor. I've never won anything in my life.
Right.
Did the guy just marry a cell phone in Vegas? Did I see that? Weird
Probably.
news.
Well,
Why
folks,
not?
We ran over a little bit. Any closing statements there, Cap Pat?
Oh, I think we're golden.
Good deal. Variable speed.
I got a little bit of information.
Hit me, Trixie.
The Foxhole Support Network right now is looking for veterans that have been discharged because of PTSD. So if you're listening and you know somebody, or if it's you, give us a shout out on our Facebook page, Foxhole Support Network. The news media is looking to do an expose. We're not talking about a 5-minute little blurb about PTSD. They're talking about wanting to do a period episode on PTSD, people who have been put out of the military because of it, who might want to change their discharge from being less than honorable to honorable. It's a big deal right now, and so we're looking for people to help the media out and get the message out that PTSD is not what it used to be. It's not something to be ashamed of. It is something that can be worked on, and you have plenty of people all over the place who are willing to work.
Let me ask you a question real quick about that.
Mhm.
You know my situation, right?
Mhm.
Is that something I can help with or no?
Yes.
Okay. You hadn't said anything.
Well,
I know it's your
I
birthday.
was going to talk to you about that after the show because I didn't want to.
Well, no, you're not, because it's your birthday and you're going to go have fun with your husband and we can talk later. Sounds like a plan? Hey, it's the world according to Mike. Look, we had a great time with Thomas Chastain tonight.
Yes.
Tomorrow night on the radio here, the Just Fun Radio Network, will be the Rough Edge with Jacob, the guru of music, playing that weird sound and basically talking about weird stuff. He's a strange cat. Him and I are going to try to put together maybe a one night a month type thing called Purge Radio. And
Awesome.
just go stupid with some Ron Zombie and some of the DOA music and stuff like that.
Oh man,
Jacob's a
Frank
pretty cool guy.
Zappa.
Frank Zappa. There's a ton of and the whole thing about it is we'll just be rude, man. While the music's going, we're going to be talking to, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, man,
Even
we're gonna watch some
better.
cheesy videos. You ever seen those like the killer clown videos?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those. The pranks.
Oh, green,
Yeah, we're gonna
green
like
Jell-O.
critique those. You know, oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. We should do stuff like that. You know, we can do that on the show.
Pig, let me
If you guys see a video, a YouTube video during the week that you like, throw it on a thumb drive or something, and I can bring it up, and we can watch it and commentate. Okay.
Oh, like all those British, the girl that's completely moronic. The British girl?
You know, you're going to have to be a
slices,
lot.
The 8 slices or 12
versus
slices.
12 slices?
You're going to have to be a lot more specific
Yeah.
than just saying the girl.
The girl.
The girl.
The
No,
girl
no,
that's
no,
crazy.
the one I
You're
have-
all crazy.
Okay, we got it down to 3.5 billion.
She's gone viral this week just because of this one. Her boyfriend asks her if you ordered a large pizza,
Mhm.
yeah, and they asked you, do you want it in cut into 8 slices or 12 slices? What would you pick and why? And she says, well, I'd have them cut it into 8 slices because I can't eat 12.
No, she's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen the one that said if you're going 60? He asked her if you're
Yeah,
going
the 60 miles an hour one. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
take you to go 60 miles. Yeah. And
Well,
then 30? Is that right? Okay. I don't know. God, you put me on the spot. No, you're stupid.
Yeah.
But she's hot. Kind of makes up for it.
There better be snacks.
Yeah, that's Sherry. We're talking about the thing tomorrow night. So, yep, there better be snacks. I agree. And they better be good snacks, not those cheapo snacks.
I like your hat, Sherry.
She is I told her today, that I needed some arm candy at some of these events, and she said, well, not her. She just said that she goes, I'm not arm candy quality. I'm like, well, you know what? Pretty girl, just not that smart. Because she's a very attractive woman. But I
Well,
know that's not the way to win her over. I know.
I was going to say something, but it's probably not equally as inappropriate.
I'm going to have maybe like everything I say, I'm going to have to run it through you first. What do you think?
Oh God, I haven't got that much time.
Dude, you might just want to go ahead and put me on text message. I can help you out more with that.
You know what? Maybe
No, dude, if you say that,
if you say that,
if you say that, no, just go ahead and walk away.
Yeah,
walk away. Yeah.
You know the
walk
cat that talks. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we'll just have to do that.
Like a talking
I'll say
Tom.
it to you.
Yeah.
You go, okay, good, and then you can translate it to the cat, and I'll just have her look at the cat. That's sad. God, let's get out of here. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
I hope you had a great one. Your mom
I
call was
did.
very cool, and it's forever.
Yes.
It's on YouTube,
I can
so-
watch it over and over again.
Over and over.
I love-
Maybe your
my
birthday
mother
every
is
day.
on the radio.
Your mom's
Yeah.
not on the radio, she's on YouTube forever and ever. Hey guys, I had a great time tonight. Thank you very much for showing up, and we'll see you next week. And I'll be here tomorrow morning at 7 in the morning to do the morning show.
You're not even going
Yay.
home.
I spent most of the day here because we had some new groups that we were advertising with, and the KMCs, the Kiss My Ass Clubs.
Mhm.
And, it was kind of hectic because I didn't know where everybody was, and it took a lot more time. And I'm not sure if he even got out some of them because the post has to be, kind of scrubbed before it's posted by the moderators and junk like that. And then you saw the issue I was having with the Trump folks. This one woman, we talked for 2 months, and I posted a couple times already. And then all of a sudden I post tonight, and she goes, who are you? And I'm like, and she's like, who authorized this? And I went, you did. And she went, ha, get the fuck out of here. And then she deletes me. So I went to her other thing and I said, look, that's not cool blocking me. We've already discussed this. And she goes, well, I revoke what I said before, and don't stalk me. That's unbecoming, and block me again.
Well, unbecoming is kind of more like what she.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get a hold of the boss on that one. He's a former helicopter pilot, so I'll solve those issues as they come. Hey, this weekend, 4th of July, huh?
Yeah. Happy
So
anniversary, baby.
Yep.
yeah. So I know there's a lot of stuff going on over the weekend because the 4th is on Monday.
Yes.
So it's kind of screwy.
Well,
a
the
little bit.
second is sort of being the unofficial.
Right. That's
4th
when
of
we're
July, I
July.
mean,
Celebrate. You know what's really funny? Do fireworks bother you, Pat?
No.
Danny?
Not really.
No,
I mean,
me either.
because I see them and I can expect them.
Yeah.
Sometimes the concussive ones,
Yeah.
where it's just the noise and the boom.
Yeah.
It's not so much the firework that gets me, but it's the feeling of the concussion.
Yeah. I tell you what, there's always a big thing going on. There's always a big thing going on about veterans and fireworks. And it's usually coming from civilians.
It's coming from politicians who've never been in combat.
Let's get out of here, folks. It's the world
Yes.
according to Mike. We're out. Thank you.
He's
See you,
out.
bye.
Bye.
I say
Bye.
bye on YouTubeage.
Bye.
Bye on
YouTubers.
YouTubeage.
Or if I can get my little cursor. There you are.
There he is.
Everybody say bye.
Bye.